2024 Riverland Football League Premiership season on 5RM.
Yes, it's time to go to league headquarters, as we like to call it, at the Berri Oval. Lachlan Winnell's online. How you doing there, guys?
Going well, thanks, Trevor Scott. Yes, Berri, bathed in sunshine. They call it the Venice of the South sometimes. Well, last summer that was practical, but today it might be time for a gelato or some sort.
Where did you dream that one up from,
just
Nobby?
trying to spice it up a bit today, Trevor. A bit exotic, you know how it is.
I love it.
Nobby's with us today. Nobby, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lockie. G'day, Trev, back in the studio, and hello, everyone tuned in. Trev, interesting that we're in the Venice of the Riverland, but after I went home after this morning's program, I drove back from Kingston-on-Murray, and I had 4 seasons in one trip. It was raining like the dickens in Barmera, and windy at home. And when I got here, there's bright sunshine here at the Berri Oval at headquarters, and
that's good.
Looks a pretty good day for it.
Yeah, cannot
wait.
wait.
I think it was going to be a ripper.
Sure will be. Umpires out on the field signalling the 5-minute warning to get things underway pretty soon. Got Loxton and Berri both warming up at the moment. A bit of a tale of 2 seasons of sorts. Nobby Norton, Loxton have got a final next week to prepare for. They'll welcome a few back into the side. Berri, on the other hand, it's been a rebuilding season. We're not going to sugarcoat it, but on the whole, pretty good signs at the at Demonland.
Yeah, I think both sides are playing their best possible lineups today, and unbeknownst to what I was thinking, I was sort of half thinking that Loxton might have be thinking about next week and not this week, which is the knockout first semi-final, where they'll play Waikerie. But just quickly going through both lineups, probably the key players missing. We won't say outs. The key players missing for Loxton: Shay Lange, Drew Kasolki, and Lachlan Evans, who are all out as a result of injury, and Shay Lange with a shoulder injury that I know of. The other 2 I'm not 100% sure about. And the word was that they would have played if they were fit enough to play today. For the Berri lineup, a couple of big key players missing. Regan Kruger, who's part of that mosquito fleet, Lockie, that do all the damage in the forward line with the chaos ball. And I noted Oscar Krieger missing as well, and we saw how well he played in the Fisher Cup. He'll be a big out for him, but maybe if conditions deteriorate, not such a big out as you might normally think.
Yeah, too true. One note I did pick up just before Berri Demons, Paul Dale lining up for his debut A-grade game. So out of the under-18s, getting a crack in the big time this afternoon. So great to see. We like to see that at 5RM football.
Yeah, and Berri under-18s are top of the ladder, aren't they? They're going on to second. So a good opportunity to give the ladder a chance in the A-grade, and it certainly won't hurt his football long term. I'm looking at the Oval here, and we've got both teams sort of huddling prior to doing the toss. And from just watching a little bit of the seconds before this, I did note that scoring goals at the river end was very rare. So if you're winning the toss, you're probably heading towards you, Trev, at 5RM would be the way to kick, because that's where most of the goals were scored in the previous game. Not necessarily always the case in senior footy, because sometimes the skill level in the A-grade is just that little bit better, and the way they think their way through it. But I would think any goals at the river end will be priceless.
Too true, Nobby Norton. Just seeing umpires and captains come to the middle. Jesse Will there's just waiting for his Berri offsider, who Berri is sending 2.
Yeah, co-captains, yeah.
The Demons like to roll with a bit of shared responsibility.
Is it an intimidatory sort of move, Lockie? Send 2 up and stare him out, or what?
I've never been a big fan of multiple vice-captains. I think you have... Anyway, that's a story for another day. This is 5RM football.
Well, Jesse will get to call being the visiting team anyway, so the other blokes are just there to watch.
Well, interesting to see. Coin up in the air. I've never called a coin toss before. We've missed it every round this year.
And Berri winning the toss and going towards you, Trev, at 5RM. So they'll have first use of any breeze here. And, it's hard to pick it up. The air sock on top of the scoreboard is sort of heading across the ground, if anything, sort of a westerly. But what I was told from the previous few games, and the bit I saw, was that the scoring end was where Berri have chosen to kick.
Interesting to note, both sides having their final addresses as we speak. A couple of other bits of news this afternoon. Loxton North taking on Waikerie out at Panther Park in the Panthers' final game of the year. And at Renmark, it's the Renmark Rovers taking on Barmera Monash. And there was one thing we did miss in this one.
What's that, Lockie?
The leading goal kicker will be decided today.
Well, look,
Both
Nick Gillard and Jonathan Beach.
are both locks on the same amount of goals. Now,
playing against each other.
Well, here's the thing. From what I was led to believe, John O'Beach not playing today. So all it would take would be someone to feed Nick Gillard one goal, and he's got it.
Yeah, I don't think it'll worry John O'Beach too much. I think most of that Barmera lineup they're thinking team footy, like probably Renmark are as well. And the individual awards are just icing on the cake. And it'll be interesting to see how it does play out, though. And I'll be interested to see what happens at Panther Park with the Waikerie Loxton North game, because conditions should be beautiful out there, shouldn't they, Trev?
Absolutely. Great for flying model aircraft. I mean, one of the perfect places in the Riverland for that occupation.
Well, I was sort of hinting that Trev normally labels Panther Park as Windy Hill. Well, I think everywhere's windy today, so it won't be any different there than it is here, I don't think.
Too true. Sides taking their spots. Ruckman Braden de Prince for Loxton. He's going to be key today and next week in their first semi-final as well. He's been a big in for the Tigers this year.
Yeah, he has. And we've seen Andre Hunyadi play a couple of, what would you say, brave games in ruck, but particularly in the Fisher Cup. But, gee whiz, he's got his hands full here today with Braden de Prince. Possibly the best ruckman, along with Zach Gartery from Renmark in the competition. So it'd be a good opportunity for Braden to strut his stuff and to give Loxton first look at the ball. And if Loxton can get going early and score to the end that I said is the least scoring end, then the game may well be decided a lot earlier than we think.
It's going to be a big afternoon of football right here at 5RM. You won't miss any of the action as we get close to finals. A few clouds in, but the rain is holding off for the time being. 4 seasons in one day. You've called it already, and we are looking for a big afternoon of Riverland football right here at the Berri Oval. Umpire just waiting for the final players to take their spots and get things underway. The siren will be sounding pretty soon here at Demonland.
I think they're adhering to the 2:40 start rule, Lockie. Someone has really been drilling them about it.
Well, it is great to see, because scheduled start times are that for a reason. Siren sounds and we are underway in round 16, Riverland football at RFL headquarters. Ball went up in the air, no one able to get the clearance, and we'll go again. Rinse and repeat.
Yep. Josh Wilson coming up with a ball from that scrap. Prince grabbing the ball, handballing it out for Loxton. Coming wide to the wing. Jesse Will on top, looking for a free. Thought he was saddled up, but not coming, and the ball will be thrown up again. Yeah,
Jesse Will thought they might have been a bit high, but umpire Tony Florence said no. You're going to have to earn them today. Ball in the centre again. It's a bit of a scrimmage. And,
Gee, you can
another ball up.
You can see the determination of Hunyadi there, Lockie up in ruck and then first onto the ball when it hit the deck. But he's giving away quite a few centimetres. Prince with the ball straight out to Will. Will on the boot, driving the ball forward for Loxton, looking for Harder, who's up. 2 bites, couldn't quite hold it. Ball comes out, handball to Kennedy. Handball again on to Harley Campbell, who makes no mistakes. No, he does. He kicks a point. The crowd had me thinking it was a goal, Lockie, but it's gone through for a minor.
I nearly sold it to the goal umpire, but no, it's a minor score. The first inside 50 and the first score of the day. We will be at a behind to the Loxton Tigers here at RFL headquarters.
Some nice clean ball handling there by the Tiger forward line, in particular Carter Wright shooting that handball out to Campbell going past.
So a kick out from the Demons makes it to the back pocket, and we'll have a small kick over the top. It's missed the target. Loose footy, hit the deck. Umpire says play on. Loxton are going to rebound here. They're going to go back inboard the 50. Small kick inboard, looking for Gooch with the long sleeves. Went past him. Now it's in the pocket.
That was Rogan Kennedy from Loxton, who stepped around his opponent out on the 50. Looked short, looked to do the right thing and square the ball up, but couldn't find his teammate with the kick.
So ball now still in Loxton's attacking forward 50. Rosenzweig for Berri runs onto it. Handball to a teammate. Unfortunately, he couldn't go too far. Couple of quick handballs. A snap at goal.
This time it's a goal.
That's gone through. And I'm just trying to work out who might have slotted that one. That was a bit of a chaos ball out the bottom of the pack there.
Lockie, I think it was the player in the sleeves. I think it was Will Gucci. And he took the handball off Rogan Kennedy again. So I think Will Gucci's kicked the first goal of the game. Yep, he has. Getting a bit of congratulations from Coach Harder there. And a nice little bit of ball handling by Kennedy early. He's been pretty influential in their forward attack so far, playing at centre half forward. covers a lot of ground, has the capacity to take a very good mark, and Loxton handling the ball very surely in these conditions.
Yeah, we obviously broadcast the Loxton Renmark game last week, and albeit Loxton lost by 100 points, Rogan Kennedy was one of the better players on that afternoon. Ball back in the centre. A good leap from Hinyardi, but it's the Tigers through Jesse Will that get the clearance, bombs it towards their attacking 50 for that man Kennedy. It went around him like the wrong un. They all couldn't read it. Now hits the deck and we'll get a ball up.
I'm going to make an early call here, Lockie. I think Loxton got Berri under a lot of pressure here in their forward line or their back line, and I'm thinking if Loxton can get away to a bit of a lead here, it might be all one-way traffic.
The Tigers now drive it into their attacking 50, looking for harder. Good spoil forward to Prince. The ruckman tries to run onto it. A bit of a push. Umpire says play on. Now on the attacking 50. Umpire's going to call it. We're going to get a ball up.
And Loxton have stacked their forward line with Kennedy up there, with Gucci in the forward line, also Coach Harder. They got their A-team forward of the ball.
They're going to have to tune up for finals. They got a semi-final next week against the Magpies. Berri now trying to drive it out of there. Defence over the boundary line. Probably not a bad out for the Demons there.
Yeah, it's definitely the defensive side of the ground, the clubroom side or the headquarters side. And that's not where they really want to keep the ball with the first use of the breeze. Ball coming across into the middle. Taken off the ruck by Will, I think, again.
Driving it into their attacking 50 deeper. Balls forward, though. The Tigers are looking desperate here for another goal. Can the Demons clear this one out? Woolston. Handballs back to Hinyardi. Now Rosenzweig looking in the middle, trying to find Greer. Gets it to Minchella. He was ran down. Umpire says play on.
Prince walks up to the ball, grabs it, picks it up, shoots it forward in the direction of Carter Wright. He couldn't drag the chest mark in. Here's Gucci. Tries to get a handle on it. Can't. Ball coming out to Patrick Minchella. Clears it out to Woolston, who looks wide for a teammate, but doesn't find anyone, and that ball goes out without anyone touching it. That will be a free kick to Loxton for last disposal.
Yeah, Isaac Woolston, the player that was just a little bit short in getting to that one. Yeah, not his fault, though. It was about 3 metres too far in front.
Berri defenders getting plenty of action there at the moment. Ball coming in. Deegan Roth taking the mark on centre wing for Loxton. He'll look up. The Loxton forward line absolutely chockers with players from both sides. He tries to play on. Goes around his opponent, gets it onto the left foot, shoots it forward. Well, clever mark there by Loxton in the forward line. It's like Campbell shoots it.
Yeomans, I think that
was it? Shoots it forward, and who should drag that in? Adam Proud. He's another one of the players who's got in that Loxton pack forward line, and he has the height advantage on his direct opponent by a foot in the old language, Lockie, or
33 centimetres, is it a foot?
Yeah, there we go.
Something along those lines.
And that's without putting his antennas up, with his arms up.
So Adam Proud, he was a laid in for the side this year. Anita makes no mistake. That's the Tigers' second. They're out to a 13-point margin.
Yeah, getting plenty of the ball forward. And Berri being found out here in defence with really not having enough height to go with the Loxton forwards, nor perhaps enough system. I mean, the Loxton boys look pretty well drilled here. They're pretty hungry. They're out. They're handling the ball well. They're shooting it out quickly from the packs and not mucking around with it too much, Lockie, just getting on with the game.
Stark contrast to last Saturday at Renmark.
Maybe the opposition's a stark contrast as well.
Could be. Well, saying that, if you saw the Tigers last week, you would have asked a few questions.
What, swabbed them if they were a racehorse?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, you wouldn't be worrying about that. It was quite the opposite. You'd be questioning if they were, in fact, the racehorse.
Yeah.
Someone got a dressage horse riding at the Melbourne Cup.
Holding the ball, decision going in Berri's favour. And the ball going to Josh Wilson, who drives it forward. Looks for and finds Evan Penaluna playing up forward today, Lockie.
Yeah, a bit of a revelation down the forward lines this year, Evan.
Yeah. Wonder how long they'll leave him up there before they shoot him into the defence to help out, because defence is under pressure.
So it's going to be the Tigers with the kick. It was Stuart Green, I reckon, that's got the free kick. No,
he tried to claim it, but the boundary umps having nothing of it, said it was touched before it went out. I'll throw it in. Ball coming into it from the boundary, throw in. Big fella's up. Prince gets first hands to it. Ball comes out of the pack from a Loxton. That goes to Tristan Jackson there. He shoots the handball across to Kennedy. Kennedy gets the handball out to Evans. Evans looks up. Plenty of time to find a player. Goes for Harder on a lead, but the kick wasn't the best he'd sent out. Harder back on it, grabs the ball, shoots the handball out to Deegan Roth, who fumbled it, and now Berri come away from half-back with the football.
Yeah, that was Holtham through the middle, finds Josh Woolston. The handball hits the deck, but manages to find the teammate. Now Isaac Woolston, good handball wide. But his demon teammate brings it back inboard, back to Holtham. He couldn't quite get a hand on it. They all dive on the deck, and now it's the Tigers through Will that get the clearance into their attacking 50. Rosenzweig for Berri tries to run through it. He missed it. Umpire says holding on. Bring it back. We're going to get a free kick.
Just as well. Look, 5 or 6 handballs there from the Berri side, and they really didn't gain a metre. You know, and it's unlike what we've seen in play. Like normally they get the ball forward quickly in a sort of chaotic fashion and try and run onto it. Is Kruger a big miss, Lockie, for him today?
Could be. We'll just watch this here. So the Tigers are going to be, just passes it off. Harley Campbell finds a teammate. I wouldn't say any closer to goal.
No, but
Stuart Green.
I got a feeling that if you're going to attack the goals that end, this is a really good spot to attack them from.
So Stuart Green going to go back, kicking from all of 50 out.
I don't think he's got the distance in him.
Kicks right on the painted 50, gives it a good roost. Has that got the journey? It hasn't.
Held up in the breeze and was punched through for a rush behind.
So just a minor score for the Tigers. Still leading by 14. Berri yet to score on the Value Care scoreboard. Just over 9 minutes gone. First quarter Riverland footy on 5RM for the Riverland Motor Group.
I think Berri have steadied. They've caught their breath. They're under a lot of pressure early and they seem to have steadied. But that last chaotic passage of ball in the middle where they couldn't, no one would get it on their boot, is if they keep playing like that, they're in for a lot of trouble. Ball coming out to Archie Holtham at halfback from the kick-in. He looks wide and finds Angus Damon right in front of the scoreboard at headquarters here. He looks to switch the ball, shoots it across. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! Hit first time and hit the back of the net.
Yeah, so that was Luke Harder. It was the switch was on from Berri. Harder sensed it was going to drop short, ran full doors at it, got a foot on it, socketed it through, and that is the Berri better goal of the day so far.
Absolutely, Lockie, and that'll take a bit of beating, if not for anything but the novelty factor. That ball was a late call to cross it, and Harder reading it well, ran in to intercept it, realised he couldn't actually get there in time to grab it, so he volleyed it. Mid-air volleyed it and went straight through. What a goal.
Yeah, it was the Berri better goal of the day.
Oh, yes. Takes Loxton to 3-2-20, leading Berri yet to score.
Might take some beating. Ball back in the centre, just over 10.5 minutes gone. Berri need to find a spark somewhere. Good tap from De Prince from Loxton. They all ran over it. Tristan Jackson picked up the second bounce. Now it's Berri on half-back. Can they salvage something out of this? Safralides tries to break the tackle. Umpire says my ball.
Yep. It almost looks like one of those days where not too much is going wrong for the Tigers and not too much right's going for the Demons, Lockie.
Early days yet.
Yep.
Tap from De Prince.
Oh, great handball by
over the painted 50 was Harley Campbell. The ball goes wide to the pocket. Gutcher's trying to channel his inner World Cup FIFA action. Finds the teammate. That was Yeomans. And that's gone out on the full.
Another great passage of play there by Rogan Kennedy too. He was the one that slipped that quick handball to the player running through, and his touches have been very, very important and very, very slick today in the game, Lockie. Interesting to see William Gucci and Brad Rosenzweig sort of heading towards the boundary there. Brad would have had a fair bit to do with William's father on the cricket field.
Too true. So Berri now with the ball in their back pocket. Good kick up to the half-back. They all fly up. No one able to get it. Daniel Greer was the target. Tigers go on the rebound, and a good mark from Luke Harder.
Wonderful passage of play there. Very quick handball from Harley Campbell in that sort of packed situation that freed a Loxton player who was, I think, Benjamin Yeomans, Lockie, who hit Harder on the chest.
He's going to be kicking from all of 25 out.
This is not an easy pocket to kick goals from.
On a fair angle, not extreme, but still a bit. From the scoreboard pocket, on the left boot, gives it a bit of float, and it's floated wide.
Out on the full, taken by Berri anyway. They play on quickly. Ball comes around to Dion Brewer, who was in great form in the Fisher Cup and has continued on pretty well. Needs another big game today if Berri going to finish up close to the start. Nice sort of a kick over the top of the pack. Isaac Wilson reading it better than anyone, but couldn't bring it in. Ball comes out again. Chain of handballs to Loxton. They shoot it across into the middle of the oval. Dangerous spot. And mark taken by Hamish Sanford from Berri, who gets up. Here's the chaos ball, Lockie.
Yep, onto the deck. Maroney was the target, but it went past. And now the Demons trying to ball scurrying to the boundary line. That's going to go over. It is Maroney trying to keep it in. A couple of quick soccer balls. The chaos continues. Out of bounds now it is.
See the pressure the young fella put on him and with his pace. And that's what they need. The ball going in quickly, going along the ground and allowing their speed to come into it. It would come off the boot. It was socced, but it wasn't regarded as a possession. I think it was just in play.
I don't know if they were trying to claim it maybe on the full, but anyway, It's going to be a ball in. 15 around from the Demons' goal. They trail by 20. Over the back of the rucks it goes. The Demons read it. Woolston, that's Josh, gets a handball out. Out to Minchella. Minchella looking for Maroney. Couldn't go at the chest mark. Spills forward, off the deck. And that is a minor score. Berry's first of the day.
Maroney a bit unlucky there. He sort of got to the ball first, couldn't quite take the mark and was brought down by his opponent, but nothing doing there. Jesse Will, Loxton, captain in the back line, takes a mark, relieves pressure.
Demons
now to Riley Walton, who tried to play on quickly, but the ball not going to his teammate. Oh, lovely play there by Brock Salmon. Shoots the ball out wide and finds Bailey Belgian on the wing. Gee, Loxton wasting no time getting on with it here, Lockie.
Yeah, Harder pushes his teammate out the way. Now, Caden Evans, good kick into the attacking 50. That's a lovely kick. Finds Proud, and that all good work has just been all undone. Out of bounds it is.
You can see Loxton have come out with one thing in their mind: move the ball, move it quickly, get on with it. One handball on the boot, look for someone, move it to the next part of the ground as quickly as they can.
Efficiency. This is 5-room football for the Riverland Motor Group. So a ball in, it will be just around from the Loxton Tigers goal. They lead by 19, 15 minutes gone, first quarter. It's Holtham who read the contest, but umpire says my ball. We'll go again.
Be another ball up.
Ball up. Good tap from Mignardi. Finds Rosenzweig. Good kick out. Finds Daniel Greer. Right place, right time, and he'll just hold station. Kick over the top. Looking for Holtham. Holtham marks. Just on half back. Just looking for a teammate, looking for some options.
Yeah, not wanting to come up this side of the ground. It's hard to score from this side. Going, ball bouncing through the chaos ball to Penaluna. Shoots the handball at lovely little step and back step and dodged his own shadow from Josh Woolston, who gets the ball forward into the Maroney direction. Maroney had it, couldn't quite break free of his opponent, and that ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw in the right forward pocket for the Berri Demons.
Yeah, handball back in board, and Dion Brewer was there, but unable to keep it in board. So a ball in, pretty much the same spot as we saw this about 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, Berri starting to get the ball at least forward into their own 50, a couple of entries, and looking dangerous when that ball's on the ground.
Bree's starting to pick up a little bit here at RFL headquarters. Ball now inboard. Berri hit the deck with it, and they just hold it in. That's probably what they're going to have to do if they're going to...
Yeah, they've got to use their pace and their quickness to get to that loose ball.
So another ball up. Berri now. Brewer running into the goals. Kicks.
That looks a goal to me.
He's happy. And the Berri better goal of the day might have a contender.
Look, that was an interesting passage of play in that the Loxton player had the ball, shot the handball out, but found Brewer running past right on his chest, and he made no mistake from 30 metres out on about a 45-degree angle and kicked a much-needed goal for the Berri Demons, who now trail Loxton. Loxton 3-2-20, Berri 1-1-7, only a 13-point margin. And you'd be thinking that with all the play Loxton have had, Berri are sort of right back in the game, Lockie.
Definitely. 13 points the margin. Still early days. What are we at? 17 and a bit minutes. First quarter Riverland footy on 5 for the Riverland Motor Group, and the Kia Carnival has arrived. Check it out. Petrol, diesel and hybrid.
Back in the middle. Ball goes up. Roland's in the ruck for Loxton, getting a hand to the ball. Will trying to kick it forward. Could not get a clear kick out. Ball comes out. Lovely kick forward. Finds that kick coming from Ross Romeo, finding Harley Campbell at right half forward. He's looking for an option. Now goes a bit longer for Harder on a lead. Takes a beautiful mark in front of his opponent. Too strong, too quick, able to hold that front position. We'll have another shot from goal from about 45 out in this corner. We remember the last one drifted right across the goals and out in the full. This is a very difficult side to kick goals from going to the river end.
So Luke Harder, it's a fair kick, but certainly within his range. Kicking from all of 50 out, 48 out, we'll call it. Scoreboard pocket, takes every metre he can. Looks okay off the boot, but then drifts wide.
Ooh,
they
up.
all flew up. No one able to mark it. Loxton's still off the deck. Can they make something out of this? That was Cartwright out to...
That's a goal.
That was a goal.
Harley Campbell.
Harley Campbell again, yeah.
Yep, and guess who shot the handball out to him, Lockie? Rogan Kennedy.
Certainly in the mix, isn't he?
Yeah, he certainly is. Every time he's touching the ball, it's having an effect. I wouldn't mind looking at our stats at quarter time and seeing how many involvements he's had in their score involvements as they were.
Well, he was one of their better players last week. I'm not saying there was anyone in the best last week at Renmark. I was quite critical of that effort at the Rover Park.
Look, it's an interesting
track.
It's an interesting couple of matchups here in the Loxton Fort. Experience and football nous, I think we call it, don't we?
Could run with that. We'll run with that. How does that sound?
Yeah, he's certainly being able to move quickly to the ball. Up it goes again in the middle. This time, ball coming out from De Prince to Jesse Will, straight on the chest of Proud on a hard lead from the forward lines. Proud takes a beautiful chest mark, 40 metres out, straight in front of the goals. Look, this will drift to the left as well. You'd almost, if you think you got the range, you'd almost want to aim for the right-hand scoreboard point post here, which he has. And guess what? It didn't come back.
It's a fair kick. It's nearly ended up in the river, but a minor score. So
Loxton 4-3-27, leading Berri 1-1-7, a 20-point margin here at the towards the tail end of the first quarter.
We are at just into time on, 20 minutes gone, first quarter Riverland footy on 5RM. Greg Rosenzweig for Berri. Looks like he's going to take the kick out.
He's had a few kicks. He's had at least 4 from the kick-outs, or 3 from the kick-outs. Shoots it up the middle. No trouble with distance there. Gets the ball well out of the defence. But no one from Berri can get a hand on it. And who should grab it again? But Rogan Kennedy, who shot the handball out to his teammate and couldn't quite get it on the boot. And that will be a ball up at half forward. Gee whiz, he's handling the ball very well. I know I'm saying it often, but he just has not made a mistake handling that football.
He's one of their best and could be a contender for the Hoops Auto Young Charger this afternoon. He's certainly still eligible.
Ball going out wide to Campbell, who centres it. And he's another having plenty of touches for Loxton.
So what, it's going to spill out of bounds. A little bit of rain starting to fall now here at
that was a handball directly out. Ball picked up by Gucci, gets on with it towards Harder, sitting right in the middle, had the wood on his opponent, held him under the ball and took a strong mark. He would be no more than 20 metres out, almost directly in front, bringing himself across to this side a little bit. But as we've seen with the Breeze taking the ball across on set shots, I'm thinking if I were you, Luke, I might have gone the other side and kicked back into this Breeze. He will have to aim at the what is the right-hand post for him. He's a left footer. He should be able to slot this through from here.
The rain's starting to fall.
No, and it drifts off again. Like I said, very difficult to kick a goal that end, and the 4 goals for Loxton now have that end to the Berri 1-1-7. Might well be a match-winning lead as early as quarter time, but plenty of this game to go. Rosenzweig drives the ball back down the middle.
So
Woolston Isaac unable to bring that mark in, and now we have rain, Lockie.
Mate, it is starting to pour down here at RFL headquarters. We need to get the lights on quickly. There's Daniel Greer for Berri. Gets it out to Minchella. Gives it a fair 9-iron kick to the centre.
Get under that one.
Oh, Evan Penaluna. That's a mark of the day contender. Courageous effort. And that's 25-metre penalty as well.
Yeah, strong mark.
The Demons fans are up and about. Oh, it's a wobbly old kick, but that's the chaos ball. That's the beauty of it. Oh, he's going to get it again.
The beauty of it is that the umpire hadn't blown time on. Hello, bit more going on there. That's a 50 more. That's 2 25s.
That was a double. I reckon there might have been a bit of back chat going on out there.
So now he gets a shot at goal from no more than 20 metres out. The man on the mark's 20 metres out. It's belting down here. He'd want to do a lot better kick than that previous one that rolled along the ground.
So Penaluna straight in front.
He likes it.
Looks good off the boots. Oh, minor score.
Yes, another point for Berri. Takes him to 1-2-8, trailing Loxton North 4-4-28, a 20-point margin to the Tigers as we rapidly approach quarter time.
The Value Care scoreboard, the attendance working overtime this afternoon. Loxton with the ball to bring back in.
Wonderful spot to broadcast here at Berri Oval. Lockie up under cover. Beautiful.
Absolutely. The historic grandstand. Not sure if it's heritage listed or not, but it should be. Woolston now the target for Berri. He was nearly underneath it, but that was a... Geez, Loxton were lucky that was not a free kick to Berri there because...
Is Josh Woolston in your long sleeve team of the year?
I was actually crunching the numbers on that this week. So more news on that to come in coming weeks. Ball in. Jesse Will tried to run through it. He was held up. Ball still play on Woolston. Gives it just a boot. Kick and a hope. Into the middle. Handballs around. There's Langford. Langford pops it out in front.
It's Shea Hawkins. Could not get there. He's trying hard. Got a nice bit of help in the back there, but no reward for it.
It's Hawkins. They all dive on it.
I think they're all looking for quarter time, Lockie.
Could be like that.
Yeah.
This spring shower that's just rolled through. Certainly a bit more in it than a few spits here or there.
Loxton again taking the ball out of the pack. Only a short kick forward, but who's in the way? Josh Woolston. I reckon he might be captain of the long sleeve team. Lockie, the way he's going. He's playing a good game today, Josh, for Berri. Looks up, drives the ball forward towards another long sleever in Rory Moroney.
And that's gone out of bounds.
Is there a long sleeve pack? Whereas if you're wearing a long sleeve, you look for someone else in long sleeves to kick it to?
Interesting last week at Redmark, and I know, I put a lot of it. But Nathan Zunic from the Rovers, he was one of the first to really.
Did he have him back on last week?
No, he didn't. And I mean, he was probably one of the original long sleeve brigade. So not sure what's going on there.
Has he not heard of the long sleeve team of the year?
Well,
maybe he's got him on today.
He still might be in it. Don't worry. If you were looking for sleeves, though, the Demons are the clubhouse leader.
Yep.
Yeah. Ball in. Josh Woolston. Handballs over the back. Still in there attacking 50, but not for long because Loxton managed to clear it out, albeit just out of bounds, and we'll have a ball up as this shower seems to have gone.
That was Bailey Bowden from the Tigers carrying the ball across the boundary line, trying to gain possession of it. Ball will be thrown in to Prince in ruck against Adam Langford this time. There's a fair bit of altitude difference there. Tristan Jackson tried to come out of the pack with the footy but could not get free. That'll be another ball up.
Probably not the person you think of first up when you think of going into the ruck, but anyway, he had a crack, which is good to see.
And he's still there.
De Prince tried to kick it out of the ruck, somehow got a hand on it. Now Langford puts it out in front of Woolston. It's racing to the boundary line, and the boundary line beats him.
I think he's got a ball magnet today, Josh Woolston. He seems to be finding it plenty in this first quarter for Berri, but he'll need to because Loxton are up and about.
Probably his kind of conditions today.
Yep.
Here at RFL headquarters. A ball in. That was De Prince. Loxton now looking a bit more attacking, but they hold it up for a second, go back the other way. That was Yeomans. Drives it through the middle. Gucci tried to run onto it. It went past him. Now the Demons go on the rebound. Now Langford at half forward. Drops forward.
Nice pickup.
Handballs over the back to Holtham. Holtham over the painted 50. Kicks to the goal square, and that's a mark.
Wonderful passage of play there from Berri Demons. So it was Adam Langford. Lovely pickup on the half volley and got the ball straight over to Archie Holtham. He went long to the goal square for Mark Carter that dragged the ball in.
Sumner.
No, Sumner. Martin Sumner. So the around the corner kick, the Stevie Johnson kick here, is it?
I think he's got this one. And he does.
Yep.
And the Demons are up and about. They're not letting this one go today in their last game for the year. And check out the celebrations.
In the truck.
Running to the Berri reserves that are having a good old afternoon here at Demonland and letting them know. That's what we like to see in Riverland.
So I wondered what that truck was doing there, Lockie, parked up while the seconds were on, because it was closed off. But it's actually the seconds team in there after their game, after they've come out of the showers, and they are cheering on their A-grade team in their final game for the season.
Well, they have got a 7-day break until their next game because they'll be playing in the Sunday final next week, the Berri Reserve. So
they don't have to start the recovery till tomorrow.
So maybe that's why the coaches maybe okayed the afternoon's activities. This is 5 round football for the Riverland Motor Group. We got a ball game here, 4-4-28. Loxton leading the Demons 2-2-14. The Demons' last game for the year. Can they get one final win? They've had 2.
Interesting sort of conditions here. We've got clear blue sky to the right of centre and dark clouds to the left, Lockie. We've got it all.
That's what we love at Riverland footy.
A lovely hit out from De Prince. Tries to find Jesse Will there, but he ran over it. And who should take the mark at half forward as Loxton scramble it forward, but Rogan Kennedy at centre half forward. He'll be looking to move this on quickly. He does. Goes onto the right foot, but hits a 7-iron. Up it goes. Proud tries to get hands to it in the pack. Ball on the ground. Gucci farms it out.
Yeomans from the pocket.
Oh, what a kick. Didn't make it. That's quarter time, Lockie. Loxton 4-5-29, leading Berri 2-2-14, a 15-point margin at quarter time to the Tigers.
Yep, it's a ball game, all right. This is 5 round football for the Riverland Motor Group. We must cross back to the Connectus sideline view studio at 5RM. Trevor Scott.
Just waiting for some scores to come through from the other game out at Renmark, but nothing has come through as yet. We'll go over back to Lockie. He's walking the ground. I hope you got your brolly out, mate.
Yes, Trev, I don't have the brolly. The sun's now out. It's pretty windy, though, here at RFL headquarters. We've got the Loxton Tigers leading 4-5-29 to the Berri Demons 2-2-14. Pretty close game in parts of that first quarter, Nobby Norton, but on the whole, it was the Loxton Tigers.
It sure was, Lockie, and they started well, but you got to give Berri a bit of credit. They fought back after Loxton kicking the first 3 goals. Berri had finished the quarter only 15 points down, Goal scorers for Loxton Tigers, William Gucci with one, Adam Proud one, Luke Harder with a classic first-time volley with one, and Harley Campbell with one. For Berri, Dion Brewer with a goal, and Martin Sumner with that last goal just before quarter time. Better players for both sides. I thought Gucci had his moments, Campbell as well. Rogan Kennedy, probably the key player for Loxton at the moment. Jesse Will getting a bit of the ball, and Luke Harder a target up forward for Berri. Brad Rosenzweig, very good. Josh Walston getting plenty of it. Archie Holtham and Adam Langford getting a little bit of it as well.
Yes, just check the wind there, Nobby. Just peaking around 10 kilometres an hour, that breeze, just cutting across the ground there. So not maybe as extreme as maybe you might think, but still a bit in it.
How did your car keys go in the pitch, Lockie?
We don't worry about that here. Though it's we don't copy anyone else. We use our own things here at Five Room Football. Oh, go for it, Trev. What do you got?
Yeah, while you're making your way back there, Lockie, I do have an update from Renmark. So currently it's Renmark 1 goal, 6 points to Barnwell Monash 3-4-22. So moving ahead are the Roos, guys.
Yeah, good result there for Barnwell Monash. Going into playing Renmark again next week. Which will be interesting. So the one next week counts more. But as you said this morning, Lockie, on the program, this is for the minor premiership in Renmark today.
It is the
update.
That might
I got an update 5 minutes in. 5 minutes into the second quarter, it's now Renmark 2-1 to 3-4 for Barmera. So Renmark are fighting.
Loxton taking that ball out of the centre to their half-back line. Rogan Kennedy first bite of the cherry at centre half forward. Shoots the handball out to the ruckman, Lockie, but we know what happens when you handball to ruckman. The opposition often get it off the ground there from a Loxton player in Benjamin Yeomans. Kicks the ball forward, but only as far as Rosenzweig, who rebounds the ball into a vacant centre square. First to Adam Langford. Can't quite get a handle on it, and that will be a ball up almost in the centre of the ground.
So just we'll recap what I heard at the quarter-time address in a sec, but that's the Prince from Loxton. Look for Jesse Will. Woolston for Berri managed to read it and goes to ground, and we'll go again. Coach Brenton Woolston just calling for players to get on the boot, not to overcook the handball, just kick it, he said, on the ground, chaos ball, whatever, just kick it.
Well, it's worked.
And there was another word in there as well, which I can't repeat.
It's worked so well for him in the last couple of weeks. Ball shot out wide to Rogan Kennedy in space, looks up, beautiful kick towards Harder, who couldn't shake off his opponent, which has changed. I'll pick up who it is. This is...
Bougen chased down by Brewer. Is that holding the ball? Umpire says...
Umpire's signalling to the other umpire. Yes, it is holding the ball. And that will be a Berri Demon to take that free kick from the half-back line. Looking up at...
looks Hardy, but intercept from De Prince.
Prince covering the outlet for Berri and taking the mark on centre wing on the boundary line. Looking up, driving it forward. Looking for Proud. Comes through the pack and takes what I thought was enough of the ball. But the umpire said, no, only 2 bites, you need a third.
So ball still in Loxton's attacking 50, 29 plays 14 on the Value Care scoreboard. Big ball up, tap over the top. Rosenzweig for Berri, couldn't quite pick it up cleanly. Has another crack at it, still a loose footy. Shovelled out, you'd say. Now it's found Yeomans, close to the boundary line. The Demons managed with the intercept, kick up, but it's going to go to Loxton. No, it's not. Or tap forward, yes, it is. Wrapped up and tackled Jordan Marr. That is a hard moment. And we'll get a ball up on the 50.
This time, the Berri players realising that Kennedy is going to shoot that handball out, not going to him, waiting to see who he's going to handball it to. That time it was Harley Campbell. Ball coming out of that pack to Kennedy, onto his right foot, only a behind. Takes the score to Loxton 4-6-30, leading Berri 2-2-14.
This is 5 Room Football for the Riverland Motor Group. You can check out the new Kia Carnival. It's now in petrol, diesel and hybrid. Berri with the kick out. They trail by 16. Loxton's quarter-time address, a little bit more on the, what would you say, cooler side of things.
Yep.
Not really too animated just yet. That is a booming kick out from the young Berri player. Over the top. Now, this is the chaos ball. This is what the Demons need to do. Isaac Woolston down the wing. Getting it on quickly. It's gone out of bounds. It's the right idea.
He's hit the Loxton runner on the chest in his fluoro Guernsey. Loxton bringing the ball back across the middle, this time to Jacob Evans. Shoots it across again to Cale Smith. Onto his natural left foot, looks up, finds Jesse Will on the wing.
So Will for the Tigers. Brings it grandstand side, looking for Bougen, Bailey, but It was Brewer from Berri that got a hand in it.
Oh, lovely
But
pick up from Bougen.
manages to get the second effort. He kicks it into the attacking 50. Demons defenders working overtime. Yeomans gets a handball out to Proud. Adam Proud kicks to a loose player in the forward pocket, and a good mark, and it's going to go back for a shot on goal.
Lovely team football. He could have had a ping from there. He was well within his range. Round onto his left foot. Oh, holds his head. This ball was going nowhere. It's gone out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
I reckon that was Harley Campbell in the pocket there too that had that kick.
It was good play by Proud. He looked up, found a teammate loose on the other side of the goals and didn't blaze away. But never mind.
So a ball in, still deep in Loxton's attack. Shovels forward. That was Minchella to Brewer. Now Rosenzweig had to back turn. Umpires are calling for holding. They're calling for holding the ball, but it's not paid.
I think you get a bit of latitude in these sort of conditions. There's Kennedy out of the pack again. Squares the ball up. Gucci couldn't bring it in.
There was Ross Romeo in there having a crack, but he couldn't quite read it either.
Loxton looking dangerous when they're pushing the ball forward. Always an option.
So a ball up. 25 out.
Wonderful
Jesse
play.
Will read that well. Oh, that would have been the very better goal of the day, but that's a behind.
Yeah, wonderful play. Carter Wright getting hand to the ball in the ruck contest straight to Will, who was cruising past. Couldn't quite get it on the scoreboard.
31 plays,
For a
14
major.
on the Value Care scoreboard. The Tigers have another crack here. That was Gucci. He's kicked that.
Goal umpire likes it.
He has too. So that's the Tigers' first of the quarter.
I got it, Lockie. When the goal umpire bends his knees, it sort of motions that the ball's going over the top of his head, even if it isn't, which means it's a goal.
So the first goal of the quarter for the Loxton Tigers in the 5-minute mark. They take the lead out to 23. It was from a kick out from Berri. Loxton managed to read it and get the intercept, and they capitalised.
Yeah, they are handling the ball a hell of a lot cleaner than their opposition, and which is why Coach Wilson's called for Berri to basically don't finesse with it. Just one handball, get it on the boot.
Yeah, on a day like today, that's what you got to do. It's not going to be a clean game of footy with it wet deck. It is pretty slippery out there too, just quietly. So now it's Brewer for Berri through the middle, kicks into their attacking 50, looking for a target. Got a few Berri players there looking hungry for it, but it was Romeo for Loxton that got a good, courageous handball out. Didn't go too far. And we'll get a ball up just inside the attacking 50 of the Demons, now kicking to the river end.
Loxton defence hadn't been under a lot of pressure, not with ground balls at this stage, and that's what Berri need to do. Keep it on the ground, keep it chaotic, try and put them under a bit of pressure.
Berri now, can they make something out of this? Handball out the back, Loxton. Good kick up to their wing. Spills out the back, and that's going to go out of bounds. Berri should get the kick here, and they do.
That was Ross Romeo from the Tigers, another member of your long sleeve team of the year.
Well, it's the first time I've seen him in sleeves today, so, yep, late inclusion.
People have heard about it, Lockie, and they just want to qualify, so they've got to get those sleeves on.
Well, it's good, because the other day I was crunching the numbers. I only got to about 14 players.
So we need more. Might have to count tattoos. If anyone's got a sleeve of tattoos, can they go in?
I'll explain a bit more in a minute, but it's Loxton now that try to clear the clearance, and they do, up to their attacking forward 50, and that's a good mark.
Lovely mark. That is that might just edge Evan Petalina out for mark of the day. A nice one-handed effort there by Proud on the half-forward flank.
He handballed to Gucci, and he got a lovely kick away to Luke Harder in the pocket, who's been paid the mark.
Yeah, this is a better spot for Harder to be having a shot from goal from on his natural left foot.
They lead by 23, the Tigers. On a day like today, that could be quite the margin.
What will he do here, Lockie? Perhaps run out a little bit onto his natural left foot to give himself a little bit of angle, bit less angle?
I think the Berri Demons aren't really closing that net too much. He gave it a little bit, and that's gone across the face. It's a minor score.
It's, I reckon for me, that's Harder's fourth set shot at goal for 1 goal 3, and maybe one out in the full.
5-8 now, Loxton. 38, lead Berri 2-2-14 on the Value Care scoreboard. Rosenzweig for Berri with the kick out. Took as many metres as he could, but it pretty much found the Loxton ruckman into Prince. Couldn't quite mark it, and we'll get a ball up. 70 out from the Tigers goal. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe looking into the sun there, believe it or not.
So a ball up, spills out the back. There's your man Kennedy. Gets it out to
back to
Campbell. Kick in board to Gucci. That was a pretty short.
Here he is
15.
again.
Now, Rogan Kennedy handballs over the top just to find a teammate, and that's spilled out for a behind.
It's a little bit of a laconic effort there from the big fella, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a little
Is
bit.
it Carter Wright, isn't it?
I think it might be. I'm just trying to work that one out.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, he sort of took that in his stride. Wonderful work from Rogan Kennedy as well. I'm thinking if you're the Berri coach, you might want to put someone standing a little bit closer to him.
Yeah,
Gee whiz, Will almost would have pulled that in, but a teammate intercepted it.
Yeah, Daniel Greer for Berri tried to kick it out, and here's Kennedy tries to back turn through the pack. He's the hoops order young charger so far today.
Absolutely.
Now it's Yeomans. He was held. Umpire says play on. Harder dived on it, and we'll get a ball up.
Look, the good thing about this is the umpire's not inserting themselves in the game, Lockie. It's basically play on unless they're getting their head pulled off or dragged to the ground without the footy.
Yeah, ball up, 20 out from the Loxton goal. Kick up to the attacking 50 for Loxton. We'll rebound again. Gucci paddles it inboard to Campbell. Finds Romeo. He was wrapped up and tackled high.
Yep.
And he's going to get a free kick. And that's 25 metres. That is one thing some teams haven't learnt this year. You cannot say anything.
That is going to make what was sort of a 50-50 chance, 100% chance for Ross Romeo, who line up right at the top of the 9-metre square, is it nowadays?
Well, I was listening to some historic audio the other day. They were referring to it as the 10-yard square.
Used to be, then it went to 15, didn't it?
Well, it's 10 metres now, isn't it?
I thought it might have been 9, but never mind. Straight through it goes, and there's another goal for Loxton. That is their 6th goal, takes them to 6-9-45.
That's the score.
To Berri 2-2-14.
They lead by 31 at the 10-minute mark of the second quarter. This is 5 Run Football for the Riverland Motor Group. You can get your vehicle serviced today. Book it in and speak to the team.
Yeah, Romeo having a pretty good game for the Tigers on the wing now. He's been pushed back into the middle of the ground on ball, and he's enjoying it. Enjoying a bit of freedom, I think, to run the length of the ground.
He's certainly been around the Tigers quite a while now. One of those younger players that's certainly played quite a few games in recent years. Good tap in the middle, but it didn't go that far, and we'll have another ball up.
Yeah, Tristan Jackson got to the ball, but had it spent before he could really get a firm grip on it.
Yeah, DePrince and Hinyardi. DePrince managed to bump him out, but it's Berri that get the clearance. Hinyardi ran over the top of it. Now Minchella dives on it, and we'll have a ball up.
Yep, an interesting contest there in the middle. The Tigers trying to get the ball clear of the pack and get it moving, and Berri quite happy to sort of scruff it forward.
DePrince, good tap. But the Demons are holding their own in the middle, and we'll get another ball up because this one hasn't gone that far at all.
Interesting play here, Lockie, in that when you look at the pack, Stuart Green sort of playing back off the pack for Loxton, and Josh Wilson has run wide here to give them an option to farm it out to him.
So good tap from DePrince. Loxton midfielders, but they were held up once again.
So the Loxton boys not really paying a lot of respect to their opponents in terms of manning up.
Oh, good clearance from Minchella. Finds Josh Woolston. Josh Woolston bombs it into the attacking 50. They all flew up, unable to mark it. It was Maroney. Sorry, now it's Maroney coming back. He's done it.
He knows how to kick a goal that end.
I tell you what, that is the very better goal of the day so far.
Yeah, nice
He's
kick by
reeled it back in.
Nice kick by Rory Maroney. And we saw Harder had 3 shots from a similar angle on the ground, and the ball was pushed across. Not Rory Maroney. He showed him how to do it on his home ground.
I'd have to go through the stats, but since 5RM football's been back, I think Rory Maroney might be the clubhouse leader of the goal of the day.
On a seasonal basis?
Yeah. I think the last 3 years he's picked it up a few times. Which is great. We love it. Flamboyant. Has a crack. Knows where the goals are.
Lovely kick. Never looked like missing once he got it on the boot. And he comes back up into the middle of the ground now on an on-ball roll, which sort of frees him up from a defender, and he will push forward.
3-2-20, Berri. Now trailing Loxton 6-9-45 on the Value Care scoreboard.
There was his direct opponent, Jacob Evans, getting his hands on the ball there. And he does again and drives it forward for Loxton.
Now just inside the attacking 50.
Ben Yeomans gets hold of the footy, back turns, shoots out the handball, this time to Bailey Boughton, who looks up and finds Rogan Kennedy, who goes for the coach, who is being held.
He looks for Harder, and Harder's going to get the free kick here. Yeah. I'm not sure whether Harder maybe half knew what was going on there and just, a
very clever football. I think he pushed back into his opponent and sort of...
Not saying he wasn't being held, but
he pushed.
If Luke wanted to, he could probably break away.
Yeah. Here he comes, 20 metres out, directly in front. This time he makes no mistake. Kicks his second goal of the day, and Loxton's seventh, taking him to 7-9-51, leading Berri 3-2-20 here about 5 minutes into the third quarter, 10 minutes in.
No, 14 minutes gone in the second quarter.
That many.
Just the second quarter.
Yeah, second quarter. Sorry.
That's all right, mate. All good.
There was things happening so quickly.
We've had 4 seasons in a quarter, so you'd understand.
You can have 4 quarters in a quarter.
We like it.
Can you have 4 quarters in a quarter?
I like it. They've got T20 cricket. What about just half footy?
Yes.
2 quarters. T2.
I'm thinking that if Loxton keep going like this, Berri would be wanting that, although every time they've scored they've hit back. So let's see if they can do it again from this bounce.
Well, if you called it T2, you could have a tea company sponsor it. In the middle it's the Prince and Nyardi, but it's Jesse Will from Loxton.
Yeah.
That's a great clearance. Bombs it into the attacking 50. Oh, and that's a great defensive mark from the Demons.
Yeah, from Michael Voigt takes that mark.
Umpire says 25. Yeomans ran over the mark.
Fair bit of chat going on. It was interesting clearance from Loxton. That was Jacob Evans shooting that handball out to Jesse Will, and he's starting to have a nice influence in there, Jacob. Often first to the ruck hit out for the Tigers.
So Voigt with the free kick in the middle, now kicks into the attacking 50.
Stuart Green hands up at centre half back. He's controlling that position for Loxton, but without an opponent really.
Just shoots it wide. Looks for Caden Evans. It went over the top. Dion Brewer. Good handball out to Isaac Woolston. That was intercepted from Jesse Will, who's playing an absolute ripping game.
Yeah,
Finds Evans. He was taken high. Umpire says play on. Back in board. That was Campbell. Now into the attacking 50. It's a contest between Harder and Holtham. Gets it out to Adam Proud. Back to Harder. Harder just pops and props and finds.
Lovely kick.
Yeah,
Rogan Kennedy.
Rogan Kennedy.
Yeah, it started off as hard as Paddock, didn't it? There, he was the only one forward, but he didn't waste the ball. He used it, and you'd say Luke Harder and Rogan Kennedy quite damaging players for Loxton, and a bit of a problem for Berri, as is Harley Campbell, who used that ball beautifully as well. What's his chances here?
Oh, kicking from 25 out, 45-degree angle. Ball's on the way. It looks straight. It's starting to drift, but I think it's all right.
Beautiful kick from the big fella.
And the Tigers are out to a 37-point lead. 16 and a half minutes gone, second quarter.
And that's his first goal of the day. And probably first time he's been on the end of someone else getting him the ball. He's been the one dishing it out. But once again, involved in a score involvement, this time kicking the goal.
It's their third for the quarter.
Yep.
And Loxton looking pretty dangerous.
They're fourth for the quarter.
Fourth for the quarter, yes.
So that was the scoring end previously and has remained pretty much so, except for they did kick 4 the other end, and Berri have kicked 1 goal from 1 entry down there this quarter. Up it goes. Big fella into the ruck, which is Carter Wright. Got his hand to it but couldn't get it to a teammate, and that'll go onto the ground and up for another ball up.
So now it's Jesse Will again through the middle.
Starting to pick up lots of touches, the Loxton skipper.
Looking for a teammate in Campbell. Now it's found Rogan Kennedy. Back turns. He dropped his head a little bit. Umpire says no.
He did get one around the shoulder area, but you're right, Lockie. His knees bent a bit, didn't they?
Yep, umpire saw that one a mile away. So Loxton now into their attacking 50. Here's Harley Campbell, who's getting into this game more and more. Adam Proud, the target. He slipped over and found Voigt for Berri in defence.
Couldn't have slipped at a worse time, really, the big fella. Voigt drives it out towards the clubhouse to a 2-on-1, but the Loxton player almost pulled that in, which was Riley Walton. Almost pulled down a great mark in the pack.
Now Maroney's now on the ball. And Woolston just holds it in, Josh, and we'll go again. A ball up, 70 out from Loxton's goal.
In full sunshine here at headquarters.
Another ball up, I think, will now ensure.
Both. It's insured and it is insured.
It's 5-room football for the Riverland Motor Group. Socket out, racing to the boundary line. Loxton managed to keep it in. That was Kennedy, but it ends up spilling out.
Yep. Pretty interesting, Lockie, in terms of the what does the Berri coach do? What do you do here to try and get that ball forward? Or do you pack the back lines and try and hang on to half time?
Oh, I'm not sure. You got to attack. Maroney in the middle is probably a good move.
Yep. Minchella's come up the ground. We know he has the capacity to do damage on ball and forward.
The theory is, I mean, if he's on the ball, he can be in the 50 as well,
yep.
Kick a goal. Loxton now running. There's Kennedy. Back turns. Check side at goals. Minor score.
Some fancy footwork happening there from the Tigers today. If I've seen one back turn, I've seen half a dozen.
There's been a few. 8-10-58. Loxton leading the Berri Demons 3-2-20.
Oh, lovely mark by Green there. He run forward from half-back, but kicked it like a half-back too along the ground. It's been intercepted by Berri, who come out of defence, finds Brewer. Brewer looks up and finds on the wing Paul Dale in his first game today.
A-grade debut today. Yep. Just brings it inboard to Isaac Woolston. Just dropped short, but he had enough time. Now the zigzag approach finds Langford on the half-forward flank.
This is better from the Demons. They're keeping possession.
Looking for a target in the 50, but unable to mark it. That was 31 of Fletcher. Now it spills out. Caden Evans now in the centre square. Handballs inboard.
To Jacob Evans. He looks up. Bit of a scrubby kick, but taken on the bounce by Harder. Sells the dummy. Goes onto his non-preferred right foot. Ball goes over the pack and...
That was Damon. Oh, that's a great bit of defence.
Yeah, it is.
And Rosenzweig and Angus Damon managed to salvage something out of that one.
Yeah, it was a good passage of play by Harley Campbell. He took his player up under the ball and sort of was ready for it to clear the pack and was first back onto it, but shut down by his buried opponents.
Now Loxton going to go on the rebound again. Berry's kick out, not the greatest. A booming kick into the attacking 50. They all get underneath it. Oh, great mark from young Harley Campbell.
Well, Lockie, that might have just jumped ahead on the mark of the day stakes. There's another one-hander which usurps Andrew Proud's one-hander.
So
not Andrew Proud?
Yeah,
Adam Proud.
Young Harley Campbell kicking from 25 out. Slide angle. Gives it a good kick, but it's missed.
Come on, Harley. When you take the mark of the day, you're supposed to finish the work off.
This is 5-room football for the Riverland Motor Group. 21 and a half minutes gone. Second quarter. Round 16 action at Berri League headquarters.
Yep, the Tigers have handled the ball much better than their opponents, but with a score of 8 goals, 11, is it, Lockie?
8-11-59.
They haven't made them pay.
And the Value Care scoreboard. So Isaac Wilson on half-back for Berri. He's got to hold station till half-time here.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Keep it away from them. Play possession footy if you can, and take an opportunity if it presents itself.
The breeze has somewhat dropped out a bit now.
Yep.
Not as much as there was early.
Walton for the Tigers getting the handball clear to Yeomans. Looks up, but couldn't find anyone. Lovely tackle there. The Berri player just taking a little bit too long. And then the advantage played to the Loxton player, who was caught holding the ball in the afterplay by Minchella, who gets up, has Dale all on his own here in the centre of the ground, his first game. Lump of a lad, isn't he?
Yeah, good mark. So waste no time, gets it on the boot. Fletcher the target. Over the back it went, and that was Rollins for the Tigers that got the mark.
Yeah, at second bite, grabs the mark, half back, looks up, looks short, and finds Evans Caden at half back.
One of Loxton's best last week, I thought.
Uses the footy normally quite well. Shoots the ball to Campbell, who's having a great day. Onto his left foot, looks up and finds the big fella, Adam Proud, at half forward. Fakes to go one way, shoots it straight over the top to Harder, who was sitting all on his own. Lovely kick by Proud. Cleared the pack. Harder half let up, then dropped back and took the easiest of marks. And will have, I reckon, Lockie, his fifth or sixth shot at goal for only a return of 2 majors.
Certainly not the most efficient side this afternoon, are the Tigers? But nonetheless, still in front.
Getting plenty of it, though, just the same.
So, Harder has his shot. Looks okay.
No mistake this time.
That's the 9th for the Tigers.
And that's his third as the Tigers go on to 9-11-65, playing Berri 3-2-20, a considerable margin, and one I'd like to say, stay tuned because I don't think Berri can run it down, but it'll be an interesting second half to see how they go about it.
Oh, I wouldn't write them off just yet. Demons have got a lot. They've got 2 quarters of footy to go.
The problem they got is Loxton have rattled on the last 3 goals, and they've got to put their finger in the dike at least until half-time.
This is Five-Run Football for the Riverland Motor Group. Get some updates from around the grounds at half-time. At a Panther Park as well out at Renmark this afternoon. So a ball up in the middle again. Berri have changed ruckman, but it's Jesse Will once again. Finds Romeo, but no, just fell short. Now the Demons, they ran him down.
Tristan Jackson not giving up on that ball and running down Carter from Berri. Gets the free kick, shoots it straight across the ground, finds Braden to Prince the ruckman, who looks up, switches it towards Nicholas Katsidis. He finds it, looks up from Tigers, shoots one forward into the path of...
Yeah, pops it in front of... Not sure who that might be out there today. It's not Drew Kasolki.
No, it's not, but he's in his Guernsey. And who should he find but the coach, right on the chest. And this will be another shot at goal for Luke Harder, who's already kicked 3. I've got him down for 3-3 and 1 out in the full. Here's another opportunity for the Loxton coach.
Just seeing who that might be. It's not Ryder Montgomery because he played last week and he's out of the side today.
Right.
I reckon that might be the other Bougen.
Yep. Here he is on his left foot this time. He likes, he's steering it in with his body, but he couldn't quite get the body language to bring that one back, the coach, and that takes him to, I'm keeping a separate score for him. That's 3 goals, 4 for Luke Harder. He has hit the front in the contest between him and Berri.
So we've got the Value Care scoreboard, you've got the Harder scoreboard.
I've just thought I'd make note of it, Lockie. 3 goals, 4 and 1 out in the full.
There it is, half-time here at Demonland. It's Loxton, 9-12-66, leading the Demons 3-2-20. Still a lot to go in this final round of Riverland footy. We'll cross back to Trevor Scott in the sideline view studio for Connect Us.
2024 Riverland Football League Premiership season on 5RM.
Let's go back to Berri, where it is full on there between Berri and Loxton. Lachlan Winnell.
Thank you.
Yes, you're there.
Yes, I'm here now, Trevor Scott. Thank you very much. It's been a lovely afternoon here at Berri so far. We've had 4 seasons in one day. Currently, it's the Loxton Tigers 9-12-66 leading the Berri Demons 3-2-20. The last Berri Demons game for the year, and both sides back out on the field as we speak. It has been a big afternoon, and I know, Trev, you're looking after things in the Sideline View studio, but we're lucky we've got an apprentice with us today. Sam Jericho's keeping us company this afternoon. Sam, what are your thoughts so far on the afternoon?
Yeah, it's been quite a good clash early, but Loxton have kicked a couple goals, not quite as straight as they would have hoped. 12 behinds for only the 9 majors.
Yeah, it's certainly a point that, Nobby, you picked up as well there, the inaccuracy of the Tigers. It's not impacting them too much at the moment, but certainly might be something to work on come finals.
Certainly. Hey, Sam, who have you got as the best player for Loxton at the moment?
Rogan Kennedy's definitely in there for me. Same with Jesse Will. He's been dominating in the midfield. But you can't go past the player and coach, Luke Harder. He's having a day out.
You've been looking at my team sheet while I was down getting a pasty at half time. No, well done, young fella. You got them pretty close to the mark. And probably Berri, it's pretty hard to find a good player there, but I thought maybe Josh Woolston. What do you think?
Yeah, that's right. He's been good in the midfield there.
Yep, he's certainly had a go, and he's easy to notice with not much hair and long sleeves, isn't he?
Yeah.
Certainly is. Both sides going through their final little messages. Half-time, I mean, we didn't bug the change rooms for audio because that's illegal, and also, there's quite a few moral standards we'd be breaching there. But if we did, what do you think we would have heard, Nobby?
I think from Loxton, it's pretty much keep it going, boys. Don't start thinking about next week until this week's over. Keep playing good footy. Let's get some system into our play like we have. Look up, use the ball well, be clear with your direction, and let's get organised for next week. For Berri, it's probably one of those things where they've got 2 quarters of the season left in a season that up until the last month you'd have said was a bit of a disaster, but a couple of wins and a bit of growth and a bit of confidence, and all of a sudden you'd be saying, well, come on, fellas, let's finish this off and go to the old saying, not a week at a time, but a quarter at a time. Let's win the next quarter.
Yeah, that's the big one. That's the big one for me. I think the Berri Demons have certainly showed a lot of fight this year. Their reserves and under-18s are going to be in the finals, so, still a bit to play for as a club. But, as you know, the A grade certainly does set the tempo. Both sides going out to the positions at the moment. Sam, just quickly, you're coaching either side here. Let's say you're coaching Berri. What would you be doing?
I would be saying go out and have a bit of fun, finish the season off well, and we'll see you on Mad Monday coming up.
Well done, mate. Well done, Sam. And it's probably you're spot on. I mean, if you're in Riverland footy, if you're not having fun, you shouldn't be out there, should you?
That's right.
Too true. Nobby, you spoke what Loxton would be doing as well. Just going out there. Not taking it easy, but, you don't want to be taking any risks either. No,
and just capping for those that just tuned in at half-time, Loxton 9-13-67 leading Berri 3-2-20. Goal kickers for Loxton, Harder with 3, Gucci with 2, and singles to Adam Proud, Rogan Kennedy, Harley Campbell and Ross Romeo. For Berri, the goal kickers, all singles, Rory Moroney, Dion Brewer and Martin Sumner. Here we go.
Ball up in the middle it goes. It was De Prince that tapped it towards the cricket pitch. Moroney for Berri tried to run onto it. He got a handball out through Langford. Now into the attacking 50. Oh, and a great mark in the attacking 50.
Shay Hawkins, wonderful lead at the ball. Runs straight at it. Looks up. Chips it back and finds. I can't quite pick him up.
Just trying to work out. Just trying to see who that
I reckon it might be Callum Lloyd. No, it's not Callum Lloyd. Paul Dale, is it?
No, I don't think it's Paul Dale. We'll just try and work this one out in a second here. But, having a shot on goal nonetheless. Right in it.
I reckon Sam might have us covered here. It is Paul Dale. Yep, well spotted, Sam. Comes in, bit of a wobble and a kick.
Ball's on the way.
And he misses.
And that's a minor score.
Yep, a good start to the third quarter from Berri. They moved the ball quickly and they moved it with a bit of confidence and looked up.
So kick in from Loxton. That's a big kick. That's gone all of 65 metres. They all flew up. No one able to get underneath that. Good luck. That was Kennedy that had a crack at the mark of the year. Loxton now go on the attack. Good pick up there. Riley Walton got it on board in front of Kennedy again. Being a bit of a ball magnet today. Now a stoppage in the middle it will be. So Loxton still with a pretty big lead, 47 points.
I reckon that was Mark Carter that had that shot at goal for Berri, so our apologies to him.
So still in board. Loxton try to bring it back out, but another stoppage it's going to be.
Yeah, look, there'll be a fair bit more of this to go in the second half here today, and Berri won't throw in the towel, that's for sure.
Ball up. Good tap. Loxton get a kick out straight away. Kennedy nearly one hand, not able to mark it, and we're going to get another stoppage here. No, umpire, dangerous tackle. Berri going to get the free kick, and that was there. Isaac Woolston brings it in board. Maroney, he had a couple of metres, but decided against playing on. Gets it on the boot, and straight to a Loxton player.
Yeah, Loxton, the half-forward flanker from Berri, dragging his opponent into play. Bailey Bowden dodges a couple, looks up, looks for Gucci, gets a nice little push in the back and a free kick. Gucci up onto the ball now, spent the whole first half in the forward lines, shoots the ball across to Jesse Will, looks straight up and finds Green running forward on the wing. Green has plenty of time, almost stops to a walk, thumps the ball forward towards Harder, who muscles his opponent, Jordan Moe, who takes a bit of muscling out of the way and then looks up, takes the mark, looks up and finds Harley Campbell running into the forward lines.
That's Ben Bowden.
Ben Bowden, is it?
Bowden's going to go back for a shot on goal. It's Bailey. So
Bailey, who was in the play at the wing and got himself forward.
So for the first goal of the half.
Difficult spot to kick from here, Lockie, as we saw in the first quarter and a half.
Kicking from all of 45 out on a 45-degree angle.
Oh,
on the
no
way.
trouble whatsoever to Bailey Bowden.
And he's shown the Loxton coach, Luke Harder, how to kick goals at that end.
Yeah, he kicks the first goal of the second half, taking Loxton to 10-13, 73, leading Berri 3-3-21. And I'd say a percentage booster, although percentage doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter too much at the moment. So,
yeah,
still though...
What does matter for Loxton is that they play good football leading into next week's elimination final.
One thing I've always thought with footy, particularly when it comes to getting in that positive mindset, is the score from the week before. You want to have more goals than behinds.
Yep.
So at the moment, 10-13, the Tigers would probably want to get that up to maybe 14-13.
Yeah, otherwise you might have to run 3 laps of the oval. Isn't that the penalty?
Well, maybe.
If points exceed goals, you run laps of the oval by the number that exceed. Up the ball goes, Braden to Prince in ruck. This time, Hunyadi over the top, finds Maroney, who gives it out to a teammate and looks to get it back, the teammate being Adam Langford, who's had a fair game, done his best in the middle.
He's had a crack today. So to Prince and Hunyadi, good tap from to Prince. Jesse Will, the go-to man again, but it was Bowden that ran through the wall. Good kick into the attacking 50. Proud the target. Couldn't quite clunk it, but taps it forward to Rogan Kennedy, who still runs on with the ball. Shakes his opponent. Now back turns. Looks for a teammate. And he's going to find... He had a choice of Romeo and Gucci, and it was Gucci with the mark.
Gucci looks up, shoots it straight across towards Harder, coming at the ball hard and takes an well, it looked like an easy mark from here, but he did take a mark against 2 opponents. But once again, probably the only bloke that was moving towards the football.
So Luke Harder with a shot on goal, kicking from all of 20 out, directly in front.
For his 9th shot at goal today.
And that's on the way.
Straight out of the Bailey Bowden goal-kicking handbook.
Yep, and that's another one. For
his 4th goal of the day. And Loxton's 11th, taking him to 11 goals, 13, 79, leading Berri 3-3-21. One-way traffic here at the Berri Oval. And I would say that breeze has pretty much disappeared, Lockie, by the way those last 2 have gone through.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that's not much going on at that windsock direction, is there?
No, players holding up hands. The sun becoming a problem, believe it or not, in a game where we've had rain, wind, and everything else but snow.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see snow here at Berri this afternoon, but you never know.
De Prince first hand of the ball, but couldn't get it to his teammate. That came from Langford to Daniel Greer, who got the ball out to his Berri teammate. Tried to get it forward, but cutting it off is Bougen, having a bit of a purple patch here in the third quarter. Shoots the ball out wide to Will, who looks up, drives it long towards Proud. Up go the tentacles, couldn't bring it in.
Penaluna, his direct opponent now. Loxton still got a live footy here. Proud tries to keep it in board. And that's going to spill out. No, it's not. We'll have a ball up.
Penaluna sent back into defence after starting the first half in the forwards, but probably no point staying up forward. You're only going to get cold in this Berri lineup at this stage. You might as well get one of your better players to where the action is.
So that's spilled out of bounds, and we'll get a ball in 25 around from Loxton's attacking end. Still a comfortable lead to the Demons. They lead by 53. To my calculation, no, sorry, they lead by 59.
Ball out this time to Ross Romeo, who drives it forward. In a wrestle was harder, and it looks like he's given the free kick away this time to his Demon opponent.
Yeah, probably much
Josh
of a muchness there, but
that's 1-1 in the wrestling stakes, I think.
So Marr decides to play on. That was Rosenzweig that did the shepherd. Spills over the back to Maroney. Tries to shark it back in, but good pick up from De Prince. To Rogan Kennedy.
Run down,
he was
but got
tackled,
his ball.
but got a kick away. Out on the full. Good bit of pressure from the Demons.
Yep, same effect as pinging for holding the ball. He forced him to kick it out of bounds on the full. And Berri will have the free kick.
It was Dion Brewer that ran him down.
Just shy of the defensive, for them, 50-metre line.
So the Demons got to have a bit of spark this half. You want to finish the year on a high.
Yeah, both Maroney and Minchella right up high, half forward, almost in the centre of the ground to give the Demons something to take forward. The big fella, Hunyadi, comes out with the football for Berri. Looks to take it across to Brewer, who is wrapped up himself this time. That will be a ball up.
Umpire says, yep, that's my ball. So I know you speak about pressure on for spots in lineups at the moment. Umpires will be looking the same. Loxton now with the clearance, got it out to Will. Gooch the target. Couldn't quite mop it up. Now Proud gets a handball out to Bougen. Handball's back in front of Proud. Proud pick up off the deck. It's a wobbly kick, and it's a wobbly score.
And that's another lap of the oval, unless they get a goal to equal it up, Lockie.
11-14 on the Value Care scoreboard. Loxton, Berri, 3-2-20.
Yeah,
3-3-21.
Yeah, the Tigers are having plenty of opportunities here, but not making the most of them. Something you want to get out of your game before next week's elimination final, because you wouldn't want to have more shots, more points than goals next week when Wakery Magpies will be right on your heels.
And you talk about efficient sides going into goals.
Wonderful mark in there. This time by Walton, I reckon, has taken that mark.
Riley Walton, number 26. Yep. Good kick into the 50. Adam Proud, great mark on the chest.
Hit him right in the breadbasket, and there he is. Didn't I say before he's giving his opponent about a foot in height? Well, I reckon it's a foot and a half now, because Rosenzweig was on him that time.
So, kick at goal for Loxton, kicking to the river end.
For anyone post 66, that is a half a metre.
Righto.
Just chips it to the goal square. Didn't go to the goals, just chipped it in short to the hot spot, but rushed through for a point. Takes Loxton to 11-15-81 to Berri 3-3-21. A 10-goal margin.
This is five-room football for the Riverland Motor Group. Booming kick in from the
Walton
Berri,
again.
but it finds the Loxton Tigers in Walton. He drills it back inboard quickly to Gooch. Gooch wastes no time. Harder. He's got a couple of metres spare, and he'll be kicking for another shot on goal from the scoreboard pocket. Hasn't been his favourite today.
No, and this is not the spot to be kicking him from for Luke, who has 4 goals, 4 points, and 1 out on the full. Interesting play there, because Gooch was off with that ball, knew exactly where to kick it to, and Harder had already moved as he got it. So that was good play, good team play. Here we go.
Harder Oh, and he's kicked it to the short side, which is something you don't often see.
So that is 4-4-2. 4 goals, 4 behinds, 2 out in the full.
11-16 the score. Tigers have got a bit of work to do to get the goals higher than behinds.
But the promising part of that is he's had 10 shots at goal.
True.
So that's
a good way to look at it.
So it's a form player, and mind you, they haven't all been easy shots.
So Rosenzweig for Berri with the kick out. Small kick to Ma. Rosenzweig calls for it back. He was running into some danger, but he got it on the boot quickly. But there's going to be a couple of Tigers that are going to mop this up, and that's Riley Walton again. Oh, he slipped over, hit the deck. Maroney dived on it. Umpire says play on. Then Walton got back up. Manages to find Yeomans. It's a short kick. The Tigers are out here. They got a couple of players. That's Jackson. Jackson from the paint at 50. Hard of the target. Couldn't quite mark it. Goes to the ground. Ball's still alive. And here's Dale for the Demons. He kicks it out of there as quick as he can. Probably the right thing to do. But the Tigers are going to have another crack here. And they walk through a couple of players here. Out to Jesse Wheeler's got a couple of metres. He kicks to the hot spot. Looking for Proud.
Lovely mark there by Penaluna, is it? No. Yeah, Safrolides this time. Chips the ball out wide, and they get straight on with it to Brewer this time. Yeah, and this is what they need to do, Berri. You've got to take a chance. When you're 10 goals down, you might as well play with a bit of urgency. Lovely mark taken there by Harley Campbell again with the one hand. Shoots it across to Gucci. Looks up, goes too short this time to Kennedy, but he picks it up on the bounce beautifully. Whoa, set his teammate up a little bit there. Mowed down by Josh Woolston. Ball comes out.
Out to Voigt. The Demons are out here. They got a Paddock.
And
Here's
an extra
Hawkins.
player. Here he is, Paul
50.
Dale.
Run into goal,
game.
lad. Kick the goal. He does it.
How many will get around him, Lockie?
The team love it. The Demons are up and about.
They're running from the length of the oval to get around him.
They still trail by 55, but it's a great moment in Riverland footy when someone kicks their first goal at
Here
A-grade
comes
level.
Brad Rosenzweig all the way down from full-back to give the young fella a pat on the back.
Great bit of play. Yeah. That was a team goal.
Yep, it sure was, and wonderful scenes here, almost like they'd won the grand final. But now Rosenzweig's got to make the 130-metre trip all the way back to the other goal square. Is that how far it is, Lockie?
I did actually do the measurements on this today. It's 160 goal line to goal line here at Berri.
Well, he's finished about 30 short, so I wasn't far off.
Yeah, not far off. It's the shortest oval in Riverland footy. In terms of Australian standards, still quite large, but here in the Riverland we have quite big ovals.
So that takes Berri to 4 goals, 3-27, trailing Loxton 11-14-80 as the ball goes back up in the middle.
Here's five-room football for the Riverland Motor Group. Woolston, now the Demons might get another one, another clearance here. A booming kick goes nowhere.
Yeah, Sanford getting that out, but running off half-back again is Walton and hits Deegan Roth playing forward now on the chest, pushed under it, but long enough arms to drag it in was Adam Proud. 2 hands in the middle of the back, pushed him under the ball, but he's got some long gadget arms there that just drag that one in. He'll have a shot at goal from 40 metres out. Sometimes a reluctant kicker at goals would rather hand it off to someone.
Well within his wheelhouse, certainly within range. Adam Proud, the Loxton Tigers. How's this one going to look? Gives it a bit of a roost. Looks
goal
okay.
umpire has not moved.
And that's another goal for the Tigers. Out to 12-16-88 on the Value Care scoreboard. Berri 4-3-27.
A quick answering goal from the Tigers. Proud kicking his second for the day. Has been instrumental up forward. His height has been way too much for the Berri Demons. They just haven't had anyone with that sort of altitude to go with him.
So back in the middle it will be 15 minutes gone, third quarter Riverland footy on 5RM for McDonald's Renmark, and make it McSmart with the new McSmart meal at Macca's. We'll look at our Murray Pioneer man of the match contenders pretty soon. Couple of note.
Yeah, clever play here by Loxton. They've thrown Carter right in for an extended go on the ball as a ruckman and given to Prince a spell.
That was Maroney that read the ruck, but he was mowed down. He got a handball out, but he's having his third or fourth crack at it by now. Berri tried to pick this one up. Umpire has called someone for holding, and Loxton will get the free kick.
It's the guy playing in in Drew Kasolki's Guernsey. At Marlborough, is it?
Yeah, Marlaw.
Marlaw. Had a couple of touches today. Has acquitted himself quite well. This time kicks the ball recklessly to Archie Holtham, who intercepts. Oh, Isaac Wilson tries to get it clear of the pack, but gets the ball smothered, and that'll be a ball up at half forward for Loxton.
So the Loxton, just looking at the Loxton interchange, a couple of assistant coaches moving the magnets.
I think they're giving obviously Roth playing forward. He started most of the game in the back lines, has come forward. Maybe this is their opportunity to move a few of the magnets around and give people a bit of a crack and freshen them a little bit for next week. Ball coming out from Will, hits Gucci on the chest, gets straight up, thumps the ball towards Harder, who takes a chest mark, muscled his way through the pack. Too strong, Luke Harder. Takes a chest mark and will now have his 11th shot at goal today.
They lead by 61 on the Value Care scoreboard. What will we see here? Kicking from, let's say, 20 out on a 45-degree angle.
This is a good spot to be kicking at goal for from that end. You're kicking, if anything, straight into the breeze, so you don't have much of a problem with it blowing the ball across. Goal umpire on the backward lean, which tells you one thing, that's a goal. And that's Luke Harder's 5th goal for the day and Loxton's 13th. Taking him to 13-16-94, leading Berri 4-3-27.
Big quarter for the Tigers so far. And we'll see what happens after this, but getting close to three-quarter time, 17.5 minutes gone.
Do you know, the question mark is when you come into the last quarter, does the coach take it? He's kicked his 5 now. That's a nice return. 5 goals, 4 for the day. Does he give himself a rest and sit out the rest of the game?
I would. And if you're a Loxton supporter, you probably would want him too. You want him to be in good form for next week.
I think he's enjoying himself that much he wants to stay out there.
So tap in the middle from Hinyardi from Berri. Doesn't go too far. We'll have another ball up. This will be the venue for that semi-final next Sunday as well, by the way.
Okay,
here
so
at the Berri
So
Oval.
maybe it's better staying out there and getting goal kicking practice.
Jesse Will through the middle again. He read it so well. Looks up for Harder.
Push in the back. 2 hands in the middle of the pack. The ump said play on. Isaac Wilson comes out, gets the ball across to Brad Rosenthwaite from Berri, who looks up, goes wide to a teammate, Hamish Sanford, who couldn't quite get his hand on it. Outnumbered there by a handful of Loxton players in Harley Campbell. Shoots the ball back in. Ross Romeo takes a mark. Quickly gets up, plays on, squares it towards Harder. This time out-muscles his opponent.
Oh, great mark.
Again, works his way to the front of the pack and takes a chest mark on the 10-metre line. Here comes goal number 6 for Luke Harder. I'm going to call it early, Lockie.
Well, they're getting back to more goals and points.
That's what they want.
Quick.
That's what they want.
19 minutes just about gone. Harder now, directly in front. The Loxton coach. Looks okay.
Already had it in the book. That's his 6th for the day, and the major goal scorer on the ground by quite a few. Gucci has 2, Adam Proud 2, and singles to Campbell and Romeo. For Berri, singles to Moroney, Brewer, Sumner, and the newcomer Paul Dale.
So that takes the score to 14-16, 100 on my books.
It takes Luke Harder to 6-4. 40.
There you go. He has defeated Berri at the moment. 4-3-27, the Demons score.
Look, we're making fun of it, but quite frankly, it's probably good for him to get in some form, some goal kicking power for the whole team to rectify that too many points margin that they're kicking, and it won't hurt them to have a convincing victory with some good football.
Hard player to match up on too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who the Demons could have thrown on him.
No.
Loxton go for another inside 50. Rogan Kennedy couldn't quite mark it, but managed to have the second effort. Handball's inboard to Will. Finds Gooch. He's got a couple of metres. Finds Caden Evans. Caden Evans running into the goals. Minor score.
Back to the wing, champ. It was
14-17.
a good passage of football there from the Tigers, and the ball came out of the middle courtesy of Riley Walton having a bit of a run on the ball. Now it's gone to half forward.
So Martha Berry takes the kick out. It's just to find a teammate in Brewer. Now the Demons try to run it up the far wing, but it's been intercepted from the Tigers. That's Yeomans, brings it back in board. He's got DePrince in the middle. It drops short, but doesn't mind. Runs over the back. And through it goes, Riley Walton. Now Jesse Will running onto the footy. Shovels it back to Walton. Walton gives it a boot, but goes just as far as Rosenzweig for the Demons. Now the Demons, what are they going to do here? Still got the footy.
He's had plenty of possessions today.
Got Rosenzweig. Kicks it up the line. Manages to find Walton. Walton back in board to teammate into Prince. Prince shoots it wide. And that's Bailey Bougen.
Yeah, he's had a great quarter. Shoots the ball out in front of Deegan Roth. Looks up and hits Adam Proud on the chest. In the forward pocket on a reasonably tight angle.
So what's going to happen here? Is he going to have a shot on goal?
Yeah, the coach has pointed at the goals and told him to have a go. And it's probably that if you're looking to next week, you need to get some practice, and there's nothing better than game practice.
Yep.
And here it is.
So he's backed himself in. It's looking right off the boot. Minor score.
Just to the narrow side. And another point takes Loxton to 14-18, is it?
Yeah, on the Value Care scoreboard.
So to Berri 4-3.
Berri now with the ball in the far wing. Well, not quite. Half back. That's Penaluna.
Wilson give him a lead. That's Josh. Isaac nearby as well. Josh takes the mark at half back for Berri. Looks up, goes short, and finds Patrick Minchella, who gets straight on with the football. Looks up.
Through the middle.
Run into trouble, but got clear. Got his boot on the ball, did Angus Damon, and got it forward this time to Callan Lloyd, is it?
Safralides. He kicks it into the 50, but intercept from Rollins. That's a good mark. He was bumped late. He's going to get the free kick. But,
Saf looked like he had the sand wedge out there. He just chipped it, but unfortunately straight to his Loxton opponent.
Brody Rollins now with the ball in defence for the Tigers. Kicks wide to a contest, but Saf's going to have another crack for the Demons. Kicks it into the attacking 50. It's gone straight to a Loxton player again.
Yeah, it has. It's gone straight to
Stuart Green.
Yeah, Stuart Green. I don't reckon he's had an opponent all day, Stuart Green. He's used the ball quite well, running off half-back. Here he goes. He continues to run forward.
It's Katsitis.
Yeah. Actually, you must say that the Loxton defence haven't been put under a lot of pressure since quarter time, and have.
Minchella got a hand in it, that kick, and that's gone out of bounds. We'll get a ball in. 23 minutes gone, fourth quarter, and behind play was, the Loxton players would want to be a bit careful here because you quite easily miss a week.
Come on, get the ball back in play, get it moving, Tigers. Jesse Will trying to do the right thing over here and get the ball moving.
Yeah, I tell you what.
The 50 and another one by the looks.
So just looking up, Brody Rollins was in the middle of that, and he's trying to tell his Berri opponents to look at the scoreboard.
So Bailey Bougen will take the free kick right at the front of the 50-metre square, looks up and finds all on his own young Jacob Evans. He's had a fair game, I reckon. I got him in, he's featuring in some of my better players. Lovely kick to Harder, whose big frame meant that Mark couldn't even get close to that, and he took a chest mark, a strong chest mark. Comes around, plays onto his left foot.
Oh, has he kicked it? No, he hasn't.
No, it hasn't gone anywhere. It's come back to Brad Rosenzweig, who clears the ball out of defence to Hamish Sanford, a half-back for Berri. He looks up. So there's only the third quarter. You think there might be a little bit more spice left in this game? Out comes Tristan Jackson out of that pack for Loxton. Lovely kick forward towards the coach Harder, who was muscled under the ball by Marr that time. He took the mark, handballed out, and Berri rebound. Oh, lovely bit of work there by the Tiger defender. Got his hand up to it. Kept it in front and cleared it. But here comes Brad Rosenzweig. Takes a bounce. Runs through centre wing. Looks up again, but only goes as far as Brock Salmon at half-back.
Been a bit quiet today, Brock
Salmon.
Yeah,
a bit hard to notice him. He's had a bit of a trim.
Yeah.
Got the long locks off, and he's looks about 6 inches taller without that.
Salmon to Will. Now manages to find Jackson.
Yeah, getting a few touches. Maybe trying to stake a claim for the game next week, you think?
I think he certainly held his own.
Shoots the ball across to Jaden Evans, who looks up short and finds Smith on centre wing, and there's the siren for three-quarter time.
We'll go back to the Sideline View studio, but currently it's Loxton 14-18 leading the Berri Demons 4-3 here at Demonland. Trevor Scott, back to you.
Right, Lockie's on the run across the ground at the moment. Out at Murrayville, though, 14-13-97 to Paringa, 2-2-14, and Brownswell, 15-19, 109 to Wonka, 2-4-16 at three-quarter time. Lachlan Winnow.
Thank you, Trev. It's currently the visiting Loxton Tigers that are in front. 14-17 is the score, we believe, to the Berri Demons, 4-3-27. The final coach's address is happening at the moment. Fair crowd around the Berri huddle, being in mind it's the last one for the year. The Loxton Tigers, a small but passionate crowd around there, and there's a bit going on in Nobby Norton, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, Lockie, and look, it'll be interesting to see how this last quarter plays out. We saw a little bit of motion creep into the end of that quarter. So it'll be interesting to see how much that flows on. Loxton can't afford to get involved in any of that, and because they're going to need to start to think about next week now. So they need to play out this game solidly, be clean with the football, and be very careful.
Too true. Just looking at this deck here, Nobby, there's it's quite heavy soil here. She's a bit slippery underfoot.
So no water required this week, and hopefully no rain. And it looks green enough.
I'd be getting the heavy roller out.
You would?
Just quietly.
Well, we have seen a couple of players slip, particularly in the middle of the ground, and where you're standing now is an area that's a bit notorious for being heavy underfoot, because that was once upon a time the only lights they had, and they trained here in front of the grandstand. So that oval has been very well used where you're standing.
Too true. I was just around the Berri huddle, and just what you'd expect. Have a bit of fun. Let's finish the year on a high. The usual stuff. Keep doing the good things, and the season's done, sort of thing. That was about the message there. And not sure what we heard at Loxton, but Our apprentice Sam might have been there. Did you hear too much at the Loxton huddle there, Sam?
No, he was just trying to say finish strong and let's be a bit more straighter in front of goal.
Probably a good message there, Nobby, you would have thought.
Well, he was that quarter. He kicked 3 that quarter, so that was a much better effort from Luke, who I've got down for 6 goals, 4, and a couple out in the full. But he's right. They need to polish their skills for next week. Ball up again in the middle. Will be a secondary ball up now. Lots of players doing their bit for Loxton, and there are a few for the Demons that have had their moments. Nice hit out there from De Prince. Running out of the pack comes Will, looks up, finds Proud. He's had a bit of the ball and starting to handle it even better as this game goes on. Lovely mark taken under pressure by, I reckon that might be Ross Romeo. Yep, it is. Took another mark under pressure. Ross has kicked 1 goal, lines up for his 2nd goal today. And straight after the three-quarter time huddle, when if what Sam tells us is what they were told to do, he needs to straighten this one right up, Sam, and put it through the middle.
That's right.
How do you think he's going to go with it? Did he listen to the coach?
I'm saying he's missing to the right side of goal.
Oh, come on.
All right.
Wins in
Come
that
on,
favour.
Sam. Positive thoughts.
Ball's on the way.
Across the face.
He's missed to the left. Yeah, he did miss, so you're right, mate. Out come Berri with the ball, shoot the ball out. Dion Brewer takes the mark from the kick-in as the ball comes down the grandstand side.
And drops short of Langford. Handball's back to Brewer. Brewer gives it a 9-iron. Get under that. Good luck.
Safralides.
Yep. No fear at all.
No, he's seen a few of them in his time. Looks up, checks his kick.
And kicks down the line. Looks up and finds, over the top of Voigt. Handball's back in board, Loxton. They get it onto their attacking 50 again, but it's Safralides underneath it again with a courageous mark.
Now, that was a courageous mark. It wasn't a birthday gift for him, was it?
The birthday today, we'll just say he's a veteran. We won't give away how many candles just yet. But,
I'll say there might start with a 4. Shay Hawkins shooting up the wing, takes the mark for Berri, looks across to the middle, gets the ball moving. Cross to Penaluna. He shoots it out even further, even wider out, far side the oval. So another handball back to Woolston, Rosenzweig.
And that's Daniel Greer now over the painted 50.
High
Down, no one home. It's Loxton.
Courageous effort by Green. Ran back into play but couldn't use it. Ball comes to Dale, shoots the handball out, but cut off this time by, I think, Jesse Will, working backwards into the back lines. Had plenty of it, the Loxton skipper. Shoots the ball out wide. This time finds Ross Romeo on the wing.
I'd have to say Will would be in their top 3.
Funny that, Lockie, you've been looking over my shoulder as well.
I just said top 3. I didn't say where.
I've got a top 5 and he's in it.
Top 5 for the Tigers or top 5
for the Tigers, and it's probably top 5 on the ground, to be honest with you. I've got to sort it out between now and stumps. Ball comes across, this time the mark taken by Cale Smith. Turns around onto his left foot. Wonderful kick out in front of Bougen this time, who probably makes a bit of a mess of it.
Kicks it around the corner, looks up into the attacking 50. The Demons try to get it out of there. Langford, good
solid
luck getting
play.
out of that. He couldn't.
Yeah, solid play by Roth. Held his position on the ball, looks up and shoots it, but turns it over yet again to a Berri opponent. Handball comes out, this time to Mark Carter. Looks up and finds Angus Damon on the half-back flank for Berri. He looks up, shoots it across towards the middle, taking a chance. Yeah, this time the mark taken at half-back by Berri at the back of the square. I reckon that was Archie Holtham, looked up and finds a teammate.
It's Minchella. Minchella puts it out in front of Maroney. Running back with the flight of the play. Great mark. Decides to not go for goal and centre the footy, and he does. And finds a teammate.
This time it's Daniel Greer, I reckon. Lockie.
It is Daniel Greer, number 27 for the Tigers.
Have the Tigers taken their foot off the gas? Have the Tigers taken their foot off the gas here?
Oh, they've racked the queue.
Because that was 5 consecutive possessions there from Berri, and they moved it almost as if they were at training.
I don't know. Maybe that bit of that last quarter there was a bit of a wake-up call. So ball's on the way. That's a goal.
Lovely kick for goal by Greer, and brings that all the way back. Had a bit of right-hander left on it. And by the amount of congratulating he's getting, I wonder whether that might have been his first goal in Demon colours in the A grade.
Oh, I think everyone's just happy here at Demon Land.
Well, Sam did tell, it was you that's come back from the huddle saying to enjoy themselves. So.
Well, that's what I heard at Berri.
Yeah, so you can't enjoy yourself more than kicking a goal, can you?
I'm just in shock as to how soft that oval is out there, just quietly.
Underfoot.
Yeah, very soft. Anyway,
so the long stops.
7 days.
So if anyone's tuning in from down Magpie Land, bring the long stops next week.
Yeah, she's pretty slippery.
So here we go, ball up.
Deceiving slippery though, because it's not muddy on top. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's good cover, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Michella with the ball, can't get clear of the pack. In the middle will be a secondary ball up.
Hoops Auto Young Charger Award this afternoon. It's going to be hotly contested. A couple of Tigers have staked their claim at that one. There's a couple of Demons that might get a mention, though.
Ball comes out of the middle from Ben Yeoman's. Had a fair day, too.
Inboard, the centre square it is, and we'll get a ball up.
Kennedy on the ball at half forward there for Loxton, but had two Berri opponents wearing him. He comes back out of the pack. See how he comes out of the pack with literally no one picking him up?
Yeah, loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another ball up we will have. Just our offside the cricket pitch here at Berri.
Seems Isaac Wilson, his direct opponent at the moment. Ball comes forward, shoots out towards
Romeo.
Romeo gets the ball up.
Riley Walton got the ball, and he's going to get the free kick. Oh, he's through his Demon teammate, Will.
See, that was pretty harsh. I didn't think he had it for very long. That was Archie Holtham who drove it up, finding Peter Safralides playing on the half-forward flank now.
Drives it into the attacking 50. Maroney. Come on, Rory. Give us a goal before the end of the season. Kicking back in board to the Demons. There's Dale. Finds Minchella. Minchella over the top, but it's going to be Rollins for the Tigers. It clears it out. Good handball.
To Evans. Jacob shoots the ball across to Bowden. Looking up for Tristan Jackson. He couldn't quite get his handle on it, but handballs it back to Bowden. On his left foot, but steers it out of bounds on the full.
So Isaac Wilson's going to get the free kick here. We want a Rory Maroney goal before the end of the year. Come on, Berri. Give us that. It's going to be out of bounds.
Lovely intercept there by Rollins. Read the ball, read the play, drifted across, got his hand to it and pushed it out of bounds for a boundary throw in the right forward pocket in front of the scoreboard for the Berri Demons. Their forward line, can they score another goal?
102 plays 33 on the value care scoreboard in the way of the Loxton Tigers. Still in their attacking 50. Langford was tackled but got a kick towards goals. Come on, can Berri make something out of this? They went to ground. That was Hawkins. It's going to be a ball up, 20 out from the Demons' goal.
He's played an unusual role today, Shea Hawkins. Played most of his time up forward. We're used to seeing him getting a power of possessions on a wing and going through, but today he's probably hasn't had as much of it as he normally would get. Ball coming out of defence for Loxton. Looking for Proud, but cut off by Penaluna. From Berri, gets up, handball straight on to Archie Holtham, who gets it on the boot. What is this? No, this misses. A quick shot at goal there, but misses and goes through for a point.
So we will get a minor score for the Demons.
And I reckon that was Mark Carter. Can't quite read his number. He's been rolling in the
16.
mud. He's been rolling in the mud, so it's a little bit... If it was a number plate, the police would be pulling you over saying, please clean that off.
So Loxton with the kick out now.
Straight down the middle's the answer here.
Eight
Green brings it in, shoots it out wide. Only Berri players out here, and this will go out without anyone touching. It'll be a free kick to Berri. Right in front of the Loxton coach's box.
So we're going to get another crack here. Wind picking up again now towards the, would you say the river end, or is it going more
I don't know. It's hard to see. Berri shoot that ball in, but to no one in particular, and Green intercepts again. Had a solid game at halfback today for the Tigers, as has a lot of the Tiger players. They take a bit of form into next week.
I'm a bit more confident about next week's semi-final. Whoa, they all flew up, but it was Adam Proud grabbed that one.
He started to get a fair bit of it and use his height. Shoots the ball across the middle. Finds Marler again, who looks up. Shoots it out all on his own out here is Walton. Bowden. Shrugs it two off for the handball to Romeo. Looks up, has a shot at goal.
Is that the goal of the day?
No, not quite, but a good return.
I've never seen that celebration before. I reckon that was the fishing line cast, and he's reeling it in. I'm going to double check that one, but I reckon that's what we just saw.
So you think it might be the goal celebration of the day?
I think he was just letting the Demon reserves know who's on top today.
Well,
I don't mind that.
Well, that is Ross Romeo's second goal for the game, and he's had 2 shots this quarter, missed one, but certainly made amends there.
So the Tigers now out to 15 goals on the Value Care scoreboard. 15-18 playing the Berri Demons 5-4-34 here at Demonland this afternoon. That breeze now picking up again. Pretty blowy out there. Sun's out though.
Yeah, up in ruck goes
Carter Wright's
Carter
now
Wright
having
again,
a crack in there today.
which is good. Good to see the big fella. He needs he's a lump of a lad, Lockie, and gets in over it too.
Well, I just see Braden DePrince is on the bench, and I don't think he'll be coming back on.
That's where I'd be leaving him.
Just see Harley Campbell's got the ice pack on a knee, but doesn't look too concerned. And Will Gooch is also on the bench as well, with an ice pack around the hamstring. That might be one to watch.
Yeomans gets the ball out, shoots it out wide to Rollins, who comes forward with the ball, looks up, but only finds a Berri opponent, Safralides again, enjoying his birthday today in this last quarter.
Well, he doesn't have the stress of finals to worry about next week.
No.
If there's one positive, I guess.
I guess the question is, will he go around again? You'd say, why not? Rollins takes the mark for Loxton on centre wing. So him and Safralides playing kick to kick here. No, this time Rollins goes short to Jackson. Straight on with the ball, looking up for Harder. Overshoots him. No one running forward with the ball. Rosenzweig will be first there for Berri, but couldn't pick it up. His Loxton opponent coming and grabbed the footy. But
Umpire said holding the ball.
Yeah, I think he might have got... during the week we heard the Collingwood coach talk about home ground advantage influencing umpires in Sydney.
Yeah.
I think it just happened here.
Well, I'll let you deal with that one. Carter Wright now with the footy for Loxton on the intercept mark.
I'm not saying that wasn't there. I think the call was there, but I think he got a bit of help from the crowd.
Safralides couldn't mark it in defence. Rosenzweig picked it up and he was crunched by Luke Harder, and we'll get a ball up. 25 out, or 35 out from Loxton's goal. They lead by, it's 108 to 34.
Ball comes out. Rosenzweig burst clear from the pack without the ball, but was tackled, and it was play on, and fair enough. They've been consistent all day. The umps have not inserted themselves in the game at all.
I was touching on that before. So there's pressure on spots for teams maybe next week, but also umpires want to get the big games.
Yeah. Plus they've handled any sort of indiscretions really well. Handed out a few penalties, got things well under control, and sort of prevented anything from escalating.
And on a day like today, where there's not much in it for the Berri Demons.
Where one team's not going forward and one's got to be very careful. Nice mark taken there by...
Failed to mention this earlier in the day, but this is the battle between the two most successful sides in Riverland Football League history.
Is that right? That was a wonderful mark taken out there by Deegan Wraith. Sorry for not picking him up a bit earlier. Handball across to Evans Caden. He shoots the handball out yet again. But many Demons in defence here.
Kind of stacked the defence, haven't they? Now it's Josh Wilson on halfback. He's got a couple of metres, but just to hold station because he was about to be...
He took one step, but not the second. So that's fair enough.
Yep, I'll just hold up for a sec. Woolston now kicks sideways, finds a teammate. Just holding up for a minute. Still a few Demon supporters here today, enjoying the sunshine and the wind.
Harder's in Harder paddock all on his own at the moment with 5 Demons. As they bring the ball across, this time to Rosenzweig, who will shoot it out towards Dion Brewer, who's out here on his own. No. Yep.
I call this the hockey stick switch.
Yep.
Because you go around the U-bolt and then go down the line.
And then back across they go.
Is this going to be the double hockey stick?
Going back across.
They're going to do the double hockey stick. Look out.
This time, Penaluna taking the mark right at fullback. Shoot it, and to Mar on a lead. Still inside the defensive 50. They haven't left the defensive 50 yet, and they've had about 10 possessions.
Thinks about the triple hockey stick? No. Decides to go down the other way, and it's been intercepted by Loxton, who go on the attack. Romeo.
Oh, what a mark.
One-handed.
Nice mark there
That's a mark of the day.
by
Little
Ross
late
Romeo.
challenger.
Yeah, nice mark by Ross Romeo. He gets another shot at goal, which will be his third shot at goal this quarter. So, what do you think, Sam? Can he bang this one through?
Yeah, I think he's got this one in the bag.
Rightio.
So he missed to the left last time from this position.
Similar spot to last time. The Demon B grade has let him know what's going on. And that's
Distance was the problem for Ross, and that was rushed through for a one behind. Takes Loxton to 15.19, 109. Berri 5.4.34.
I will adjust the formulas in my spreadsheet for next week, Nobby. I haven't got enough zeros in there. That's why it's not adding up.
Josh Wilson clearing that ball from the back line.
This is 5-round football for the Riverland Motor Group, McDonald's Renmark.
Berri with someone over the back here. It's a free kick down the ground, and Moroney will take the free kick for Berri right on the 50, forward 50. Looks up, chips it towards Shea Hawkins, but not far enough to Shea Hawkins to get a chance at it. Ball comes back towards Romeo from Loxton at half forward. Josh Woolston takes possession for Berri, shoots the handball out.
And it's going to be the Demons.
Isaac Woolston takes the handball, gives it, gets it back.
Oh, Moroney handballs to space. He's going to get a free kick.
He was dealt with after he got rid of the ball highly, and he will have a shot at goal from 35 metres out, right over on the far side from us, Lockie. And look, he's kicked the ball beautifully here on his home ground. You'd never say he's out of a chance of kicking the goal.
You'd say the former bowling club pocket end.
Yep.
Now no longer. Here at the Riverland Football League headquarters.
He knows his way around this.
Put this one in the book already.
I haven't quite, but he knows his way around this ground.
He knows how to kick a goal.
Yep.
Rory Moroney, ball's on the way. I tell you, you could have used a permanent marker and it wouldn't have changed.
Well called, Lockie Winall. And that's his second for the day. And by far one of the better players for the Berri Demons. Always dangerous, isn't he? In that forward line. And it's because of his accuracy, you know.
And you just stop and think and go, if the Demons can try and jag a key forward or just a couple of other taller players, how much more dangerous players like him are going to be?
Well, just to give them an option to go in big and high if they have to, if they can't find anyone, and he does the work under their feet. And it will give him more space to operate in.
Yep, no, he's certainly a player for the future.
Yeah, has had a great season, I reckon.
Yeah, certainly one of the standouts for the Demons. Back to the middle it is. Josh Woolston runs through, turns around, puts it up in the air. It's players underneath it. Bailey Bougen dishes out to Caden Evans. He goes back into traffic, manages to find Green. Now to Bougen. That was smothered by Brewer of the Demons, but it's the Tigers and now the Demons now. Managed to pick it up. Moroney runs onto it, tries to shake his opponent. He does. Rory Moroney for 2 in a row. Can he do it? He can't.
Under a bit of pressure there. I reckon he could have sold a bit more candy there and got around the next man.
That was an impressive effort. He shook his opponent, ran around the corner.
He's so quick those first couple of steps and keeps his feet on this slippery track, Lockie.
He reads it well. Just short of 18 minutes gone. Only a few minutes left of the season for the Demons in the A-Road.
Yeah, Loxton here with sort of trying to hang on for next week. Lovely kick in from Smith. Finds Roth, who looks up again for the big fella, but can't quite get it to him. He's back on, Lockie, Braden to Prince.
41 plays 109 on the Value Care scoreboard.
Not much time left in this regular season game, and we'll be back here next weekend for the Tigers and the Magpies.
Next Sunday.
On the Sunday.
Cannot wait.
Yep.
5 in Riverland football. Final series. Big 3 weeks ahead.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how a couple of the other games wash out today, and I know Trev will keep us up to date a bit later, but should Loxton North manage to upset the Pies and Loxton come in with a good victory under their belt, does that change anything?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Bit of confidence there, who knows?
Yeah. Especially on this deck, I mean. You know, having played here the week before and had a good performance and had 34 shots at goal, did that fill you enough confidence to think you can win again?
Yeah, the Demons today are a lot... the Tigers today are you'd think you're looking at two different teams to the one that played last Saturday.
The Prince gets that ball out towards Jesse Will, but the ball goes up in the air from Angus Damon, shoots it forward. Could bring rain.
Can the Demons make something out of this one? A late goal.
Sanford onto it first for Berri, but Rowland's managing to get a hand on it and spoil it. Ball comes across to Smith for the kick-in. He quickly brings it out to Tristan Jackson on this grandstand half-forward side to Evans again. He's had a great game, Jacob Evans. He's played really well. Ball comes up to Caden Evans. Back in through the traffic goes Patrick Minchella. Lovely mark there taken by the big fella Hunyadi in front of the Prince. Ball fell a bit short, but he held on to it well. Sticky fingers. Drives it forward for the Berri Demons.
Can the Demons get one last
Look at
goal
the position
here?
Moroney made there and shoveled it out.
To Brewer.
Yeah.
He went to the goal square, but the Tigers were home.
Should have given it back to Moroney. He knows where the goals are.
Absolutely. Now, the Demons might get another chance here as Angus Damon picks up the crumbs, just puts it in the air because he knows the Demons can read it well. They make something out of this. That's a school scrummage there. Umpire's called a free kick too high, and the D's are going to get a free.
This time it'll be Hamish Sanford to have the shot at goal, I think.
A crack. He was going to be kicking from, let's say, 35, 30 out.
Look, he's standing here 40 metres out, all on his own, Lockie. Rory Moroney.
Oh, yep. He knows where to hit the pack.
Well, he's thinking if that ball comes off that pack and comes out a fair way, like it's going to.
Now.
No.
Oh.
Mark taken by Rowlands. Nice mark. Reached in over the pack. Held it in his fingertips. But look where Moroney was if it had come out. 20 metres out, directly in front.
That's Hunyadi that's taken the mark for the Demons.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Pay the man in front.
So the ruckman for the Demons. He
Drives.
scored. Oh.
He's missed. He's missed.
Oh, you can only laugh. But that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
He's had a great game.
Yeah, I thought
had a great season.
I thought Rowlands might have helped him take the mark, but no one helped him kick at goals. He missed.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
He's had a great game in the ruck.
He's tried hard all day against 2 and 3 opponents, over the course of the game. Bougen takes the mark at halfback. He's had a fair game too today. Can't quite sneak him into the top 3, but he's definitely in amongst Loxton's better players. So is that guy, the captain, Jesse Will. Drives it forward to Harder. Got one grab at it, couldn't get the second grab. Berri through the pack.
Minchella underneath it in the middle. 5-room football for McDonald's Renmark and make it McSmart. The McSmart meal. Langford kicks into the attacking 50. Hawkins the target. Great mark on the run.
Helped into it, actually.
Pushed underneath, but he still marked it anyway.
He was helped into it. I don't think he was going to make that until he was given that little bit of a shove.
A bit of a boost.
Yeah, got him there. It was a boost.
So 43 plays at 109 on the Value Care scoreboard. Can the Demons make something out of this and just shorten the margin a bit?
Well, they've finished strongly. You can't. They never threw the towel in.
That's been a good characteristic of the Demons this year.
Boom.
Ball's on the way. Hawkins, that's a minor score.
Normally plies his trade on the halfback flank or the wing, and now I think we know why.
It takes the score to 6 goals, 7 on the Value Care scoreboard. No, maybe 6-8.
That ball all the way out to halfback where Riley Walton got a handle on it but couldn't bring it in, and the umpire will now say, I'll ball it up, fellas.
So ball up, 70 from home for the Demons. Can they salvage a late goal? 23 minutes gone. Last round of the season. It's Loxton on halfback, Jesse Will. A great game. Found Caden Evans, but it spilled over the back, and it was Penaluna that got the crumbs. He got it on quickly to Brewer, just outside the attacking 50. Got players screaming for it. Over the back of the pack it goes. Now it's the Demons again. Rosenzweig ignores Brewer. Rosenzweig kicks it on the siren. Didn't make the journey.
Hang on, it's rolled through in play? No.
No, I think that was a...
didn't make it.
That's it. So the final scores, 15-19, 109 to the Berri Demons, 6-8-44. That's it. Season done.
Berri outscoring Loxton.
It was a bit of an anticlimax end there. Really,
Berri outscored Loxton that last quarter, so they'd be very happy with that. They did win the quarter.
There you go. This is 5 football for the Riverland Motor Group. We will recap all of our awards very soon and go around the grounds and get one last update. But just recapping, the Tigers with a big win today here at Demonland. 15-19, 109, defeating the Berri Demons 6-8-44. Trevor Scott.